Good morning, YouTube! I'm sorry I'm like 40 seconds late. I got absorbed in a very important little chat with my Ani Live audience for a moment. Esila Karaya, welcome in. How are you? Hi everyone. Hi NDA, welcome in. How are you? I gotta leave for work soon, unfortunately. Oh no. Best of luck with work, Cryo. Hopefully it goes well for you. A Yu-Gi-Oh player who reads. Huzzah! I can't believe it. I know. That's crazy. Esila loves us too much. I love all you guys equally. There's just stuff going on with Ani Live I need to talk to my Ani Live audience about. Let's see. 2.3 thousand already, by the way. I know. And I would ask where they're coming from, but I know where they're coming from. I just don't know why it's working. I don't know why it's working. Let's see, waving emoji. Hi, Mephi, welcome in. Oh, wow, we passed the funny number. Congrats, yeah! Last night, we got to 2,222 subscribers on YouTube, and that's my favorite number. And as quickly as it came, it went. As soon as it happened, it was over. It was really fast. Let's see, hello, chat in the Siwa. Hi, Ruja, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, 2,000? Yeah, 2,000. 2,000 subscribers. Nearly 2,500 at this point. We'll see where we are tomorrow at this rate. Hi, Esila. Hi, Sora. Welcome in to you as well. Hello, Gamer Sheep. Hello. This morning we are not gaming, but we are becoming smart. We're increasing the size of our brain. Cheating on us with the Annie Bros. No, like, this is not cheating on you guys. I'm just letting everybody know, because maybe you guys know, but maybe you don't, because you are YouTube and not Annie Live. But some of you guys double as Annie Live viewers. Annie Live is now going to lessen the amount of free daily coins from 100 to 5. And I understand why they're doing this, but I'm just giving everybody on Annie Live the heads up, and I'm trying to get everyone to save their coins for Class Yume's debut. I think that'd be really important to them, and they'd really appreciate that, because debuts start tomorrow, and the free coins end on the 16th, which is when their debuts end. And I'd be happy if they get to experience this level of free coin earning as much as possible. So again, if you guys would be as kind as to save as many of your free coins as possible, please do. They're debuting tomorrow, starting at about 6 p.m., I think, Pacific time. I'm sure that would make them happy, and it would make me happy for you guys to do that too. Let's see, you were talking about the change of free coins? Yes, we were. Hello, Esila. Hi, Dead Space. Welcome in. Kon Esi. Celestia, welcome to you as well. Hello, I came from the ads, lol. I can't believe they're working. I just woke up one morning. I got a DM from staff like, hey, don't be surprised if you get new viewers. We put ads on your stuff. And I guess it's working. Esila, you didn't experience it, remember? I didn't experience what? Oh, that's still so cool. I hope you meet your goals for reading. Have fun on your reading journey and be kind to yourself while you're at it. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm gonna need that encouragement. I'm very bad at reading. The debut with free coins? Okay. There was a lot of coins during free debut, but still a limited number for 30 talents. And if you didn't know, my entire debut, I was like, okay guys, don't give me 1 billion coins. I'm like at the top. I'm like at near like the beginning of the debut like week that we had of like the debut marathon. And I didn't want everyone's free coins to run out. So I told everyone, hey, save your coins. And as soon as my debut was over, everyone automatically had like 30,000 free coins. That was kind of silly. You were third, I think. I think I was like 4th or 5th. I was day 1, but I don't think I was 3rd. But I was pretty high up there. All right. Hi, Aru. Welcome in. How are you? I'm so behind on my chat messages on YouTube. I'm sorry. All right. Lots of exciting news the past few days. Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna open memberships 5 days from now. 5 days from now, if you want Esila emotes and badges and exclusive streams weekly, that will be released to the public non-member people for free 1 month later. Just early access to them, I guess. 5 days. 5 days from now. Let's see. And Punmaster, welcoming you too. How have you been? Pleasure having you here. Let's go. Yeah, super cool. Esila, they added Trap Tricks dueling field to Master Duel. It looks really good. They did. I just spent all my gems. I need it. I need to spend more dollars. And by dollars, I mean gems that I didn't pay with dollars for. Early access, Lila, can I pre-order it? I don't think you can pre-order it, but you can watch it when it's happening. It's like a game of football, and you're paying for your streaming service for it. But I don't think football you get it like a week later or a month later for free, people. I don't think that happens. And Sora, thank you for liking. I appreciate that. Gotta stay alive for 5 more days. My bank can handle the monthly automatic payments after that. Best of luck to you. And again, I'll be setting the price as low as possible for you guys. I want people to not miss out as much as possible. Let's see. Hello, I see. Hi, Oru. Welcome in. My favorite number is... I see. Those are pretty big numbers, a user. Congrats on 2.3 thousand subs. Thank you. I appreciate that, Dead Space. How does one even read anyways? I have no clue. That's what we're trying to learn today. Okay, I will. The horrible news for Vevers, kind of fine for streamers or for viewers. I think it's interesting news, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. What date will they change it? They're gonna change it on the 16th. The new lack of free coins just cemented my decision not buying a new phone next year. Now I can't justify it anymore. Yeah, it's interesting. It does change both the viewer experience and the streamer experience, but we can still make the best of it, right? It's 3 cents a day. If I got everybody's like 5 free coins a day, let's say I had 33 viewers, that's $1. That's $1 if I got everybody's free coins. So I'm not in a too bad position. I'll take it. Let's see. And Kapurka, welcome in. Krya, welcome in. Maria Teresa, welcome in. Felix, welcome to you as well. Good lord, so many people suddenly. Before I go, let me get free coins. Gotcha. I would appreciate if you save them for the Yume debuts. But do get your free coins. Thank you for liking, by the way. And Felix, thank you too. Are they also changing the price for the gifts? I don't think they are, because I don't think they mentioned that, no. Yippee. SC members. Yeah. Membership soon. What are members going to be called? It's gonna be memberships, just memberships. Good morning, Neffy. Good morning. Have a good stream, everyone. Have a good day at work, Cryo. Best of luck. May work not suck a lot for you, Cryo. Yes, best of luck. Yo, hello. Autumn isn't here. Or Autumn isn't here. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at reading. That's why we're learning how to read today. But welcome. How many gallons of purple would one membership cost? Maybe like a quart. 1 quart of purple. Well, it sounds like I missed a big announcement. What's going on? Okay, so announcement equals we get memberships next week. We're gonna open them next week on the 18th. And also, we reached our goal of 2,222 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. And also, free coins on AniLive are changing. Those are the 3 announcements. Let's see. Honestly, with the 5 free coins daily, I hope the 1 coin rose is brought back. At this point, that'd be a good idea. At this point, that's like 5 coins. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can send 1 gift a week. 1 gift a week for the minimum like 30 gifts. So the 1 coin gifts coming back would make pretty good sense, I think, for this. Let's see. Oh, sounds like I missed a big announcement. Got on my bad. What happened with coins? They're changing the free coins. On the 16th, they're going to go from 100 free coins daily to not 0. It's going to go to 5. But there's also an install bonus where if you install the app and you get a new account, you get 300 free coins as well. That's going to go to 0. So no more install bonus as well. Woo, membership. Yeah, membership soon. I can't believe we did it. We finally got permission. And we're gonna go for it next week. Hey, Essie, hope you're doing better. Thank you, MD. I am doing better. Thank you. Wait, what's happening? Free coins? 5? Yeah, 5 free coins a day. Short changing people already. 5 or 500? 5. If it went up to 500, we'd all be incredibly rich, I think. 500 is a lot of daily free coins. I think that people wouldn't be upset if they increased it instead of decreased it. But I understand why they're not increasing it and instead decreasing it. I think the reasons are pretty understandable. Let's not complain about it too much. I think we'll be fine. And if things end up not being fine, we'll find a way to handle it. It's not a problem. And MTA, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for the kiss. Mwah. Thank you for liking as well. I appreciate that. Let's see. I also struggle with reading for years. A small tip I'd give is listening to an audiobook or podcast like those and have an EPUB version transcript assist ya. That would also be nice. It'd make me feel like I'm in school again, like listening to the teacher read a book and like me following along in my copy. It'd feel like school again. The coin economy crashed? Dang, I guess so. Let's see. 5 free coins per day now. Not now, starting on the 16th. On the 16th. Oh, When do you plan on holding the member streams? In place of a normal stream or +1? I'm gonna say in place of a normal stream. I don't think I can handle doing 3 streams a day instead of 2. Like 2 is already more than like the normal person, right? Normal people who stream like 1 time a day, right? Unless their stream crashes and they need to reset it. But 3 a day is probably not very good. I don't want it to be any day of the weekend or Friday, because those are big days for everybody. Big, like, nice free days. So I'm thinking maybe Thursday or Wednesday. Or maybe something at the beginning of the week, like Monday. And Stardust, welcome in. Thank you for the hi and the kiss. I appreciate that. Thank you for liking. I really appreciate it. Esila, how about a cooking stream where you bake croissants in the shape of your horns? That'd be pretty cool, but I've heard croissants are pretty hard to make. You need to, like, roll them out really thin and, like, put them in a ton of layers, right? I feel like that'd be hard to do. Okay, Anilive was showing some promise, but a huge amount of that was free 100 daily coins. 5 is absolute, that. It's certainly lower than what we're used to. I'm sure with time we'll get used to it. And I'm sure that we'll find a way to thrive financially through other methods, for sure. Alright. Oh, I'll save up then? Yeah, I would appreciate that. Sorry, Essie, I don't think audiobook can help you with reading your opponent's cards. Dang it, you're right! I need a screen reader in Master Duel. I need one of those. Does anyone have a screen reader mod? Hi, I'm new and I found you all scrolling. Nice to meet you, nice to meet you too! Welcome into the stream, how have you been? We're supposed to start reading something today. I still haven't decided what we're reading. I was hoping that you guys knew and you guys could tell me. Anyways, what do you want to read today? Because we did a lot of, we read a lot of the, like, Grimm Brothers stories. And we read bad creepypastas last time. I want to do something different than both of those. And preferably something that doesn't have, like, a ton of really hard vocabulary, like, no... lots of scientific words, I guess. I don't know. Nothing from, like, the 19... No, 19 is too close. Nothing from, like, the 1500s. Nothing with language I don't know how to pronounce. Let's see, JoJo? Read JoJo? Like one of the light novels? I can't show the pictures. That'd be like me showing off pirating. I can't do that, sorry. Stephen King's short stories. Oh, also we need to be careful of, like, copyright and stuff. So no actual books. No actual books are allowed, unfortunately. Let's see, Stardust, thank you for liking. And Randon, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. It's great having you. Oh, I tripped on my words for a second. Sorry. Read through Yu-Gi-Oh card descriptions and effects. Maybe that'll help us, actually. Osama Dazai is no longer human. I own the Junji Ito version of that. I have it somewhere in my, like, garage. Oh yeah, no real books. You missed my previous question. Oh no! Last question. Are we losing Zatsu stream or a gaming stream? A gaming stream. I'm not gonna get rid of my talking streams. That's my Annie Live content. That's what we do on Annie Live. Alright. Stretch out my back a little. Ow. Alright, read some sleeping stories. It's nighttime here in Philippines, by the way. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Yeah. Podmaster, thank you for liking, by the way. I appreciate that. Thank you a ton. Alright. 3 bedtime stories. Let's see. Nice. Essie has read the manga version of No Longer Human? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Not the real version, though. I've heard that they're a little different, because I'm pretty sure that, like, doesn't Junji Ito himself show up in the manga version? I don't think that happens in the original. Speaking of Osamu Dazai, there's actually an isekai story where the protagonist is meant to be pastiche of him. Interesting. I think some kids' books are okay to read. God, it felt like forever since you last streamed. It felt like a year. I streamed yesterday. What are you talking about? And Random Dude OTI, welcome in. Boom, hi, thank you for liking, I appreciate that. Hello, greetings. Let's see, talking streams are all the rage on Annie Live. You bet they are. It's about all we can do there. I love your sweet and smooth voice. My voice is not at 100% today. It feels a little sick. Feels a little not where it should be right now, but thank you. Desai himself appeared in the manga, I think. Oh, okay, so not Junji Ito. I got it backwards. All right, interesting. But I have the books somewhere in my garage. I'm not a big reader, but I own like some manga and stuff. I own a few Junji Ito books. I know I have Uzumaki. I know I have the one with the blue cover. And I know I have No Longer Human. And I might have another one, but I don't know which one. Thank you for the nice voice gift as well, story. I appreciate that. Junji Ito, yeah! I actually quite like Junji Ito. Let's see. I'd suck to have to close between giving big tech money and my principles, but I can wait for gaming streams to come out later. Hello, hi Lumuna, welcome in. How are you? No Longer Human. It wouldn't be a comfy read though. Like, yeah, it wouldn't. It would not. All right. Holy shit, Uzumaki. Been so long since I've read that. Yeah, I haven't read it in a while either. I thought it was pretty cool. I think years ago they announced that Adult Swim was going to do an Uzumaki like anime adaptation, and I think something finally came of it like recently, but I haven't looked into it. And the infamous snail, yeah. I'm actually not well read, and I'm only familiar with No Longer Human and Osamu Dazai because I watched a Wendigoon video. Interesting. I've seen some Wendigoon videos, but I didn't know he did a No Longer Human one. I've seen a few of his stuff though, not a whole lot. Alright. Your voice is always pleasant, like a gentle whisper upon the ears. My voice feels not very pleasant to listen to today. Hopefully it's not too bad. What about like books that were turned into a movie? Animated / not, so that you already know the flow and stuff before getting to the books, hehe. Also, you're so cute, OMG. Maybe if I was reading in my own time, but when it comes to streaming, because I'm also streaming on YouTube, I don't want the people who own the books to find my videos and be like, hey, I own that book. Now I actually own your entire channel. And now you can't do anything. Now you go to prison, actually. And then you get the death penalty. And you also don't get your final meal. And also, instead of your death penalty, instead of getting, like, a nice, slow, painful death... Or not slow, painful, no. Instead of getting a nice, quick death that's not painful, actually you get the firing squad. I don't want that to happen to me. So, we're not gonna read actual books on my streams, unfortunately. I love reading Junji Ito for the kids. I don't think I would read that to children. I don't think Junji Ito's, like, super duper scary or anything, but I still probably wouldn't read his stuff to kids. Let's see. Your voice is as sweet as usual, don't worry. I hope your throat doesn't hurt too much. It's only a little, It's probably just because I just woke up not that long ago. I'm tired and worn out from work, but otherwise I'm fine. How are you? I'm glad you're doing alright, but I hope you can get plenty of rest. Please do rest and recover well. I'm doing pretty alright, thank you. Wendigoon made a vid about Ito's adaptation of No Longer Human, and Frankenstein only knew he had them thanks to it. Interesting. Hey, I see. Hi, Hunter. Welcome back to you, too. Welcome. Let's see. 400 plus bedtime stories. Bedtime stories to read free. These look like real books. And this looks AI generated, too. This doesn't look very good. Let's get out of here. Alright. Free 5 to 10 minute bedtime stories kids love? Dang, really? My audience is like mostly not kids. Let's see. And Zuria, welcome into you too. How have you been? Pleasant having you here. I know. I'm gonna leave handling the nightmares to the parents. It makes it so easy to tell which ones have those kinds of Asian parents. Interesting. I'm a kid at heart, if it counts. The Posh Rat Story series. I don't like rats. It sounds scary. I've never heard of any of these. I'm more on the side of disturbing instead of scary. For Or it's not I. I thought you were calling yourself disturbing, and I was like, concerned. I guess it is more disturbing than scary, yeah. As you could search for VTuber fanfiction to read on AO3. AO3? You want me to read fanfictions? Alright. Maybe not VTuber fanfictions, because that makes it a little awkward since I'm also a VTuber. Like, it fits to a theme, but I don't want to talk about other VTubers in my stream. Hunter, welcome in. Thank you for liking. I appreciate that as well. But we could read fanfictions. We could go to AO3, I guess. AO3. Archive of our own home. Do I need a... what's it called? An account for this? I better not. If we need an account, I'm not gonna read anything. Let's see. With an AO3 account, you can share, get notified, participate in challenges. Get invited. You have to get invited to the website? I can still, like, read stuff, though, right? Sherlock Holmes. Is this a book? It is. Okay, I can still read things. I can still read things. I know of a public domain book, but you'd probably get banned from YouTube if you read that one. It was written by an Austrian painter, the funny mustache. Uh-oh, I probably don't want to read that one, yeah. Just search for fanfiction about yourself, then? There's no way there's a Esila Shephield. Maybe if I look up Nexus. Maybe there's one Nexus fanfiction. Now, there's fanfiction by a guy called Nexus_Heart. And it looks like it's about Marvel. I don't know anything about Marvel. I don't think I really care about heroes and stuff. Let's see. Write Esila fix. Got it? No! Don't write anything about me. That's embarrassing. Oh, jeez. I use Junji Ito as a social experiment, but after that, I do more wholesome stories after that. Just make it like a weird fever dream day. Interesting looking emoji. Let's see. If there isn't one, we can gather around and make one? You want to turn this into a writing stream? We can do that if you want. I suck at writing. It'll be like the same thing though. I hate writing, I hate reading. I suck at both. We could do that. It's not gonna be very good though. Let's see, Essie will never be a hero player. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They're just not for me. They're not cute enough. I only play things that are cute. Sorry. Ignore the snake eye Kastira I got going on. Let's see, reader X Esila AO3. Do you really want an X reader of me? Hey, Esila just woke up, had a really rough night, but I'm here now. Zoe, gonna be or be in a shower? Gotcha! Take your time. I'm glad you're here. Enjoy your shower. I'm back. Welcome back, user. I saw someone use an AI fic generator once, and it's just as terrible as you'd imagine. I bet it would be. I bet it would be. Let's see. Who wants to pay me to write it? I mean, you guys can go ahead and write X readers, but only like 13-year-old girls read X readers, I think. You guys are like 30-year-old men. I don't know if you guys read X readers. I'm joking. Okay. Essie dojinshi when? When there's an artist who wants to do it, I guess? Because I don't think I'll be commissioning it. Esila knows her AO3 tags? I don't. I don't use AO3. I'm not a fanfiction person. I don't read. I hate reading. I've never been a big reader. I don't know my tags, sorry. I mean, I could probably guess what a lot of them are. Surely not a lot of them hide too much what they're doing. Where's like the tags on these? The tags on some of these just are like people's names. They look pretty guessable. Yeah, Steve Rogers surely means Steve Rogers. Seems pretty obvious. I'd write it for free. Read the Declaration of Independence? I'm not a very good American, sorry. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Thank you, Ruthie, exactly. Thank you. Alright. Oh man, finding something to read is hard. This is why I put it off for so long. Oh man. There's no Nexus things I could read. Dang. Unless I wanted to read stuff by a guy named Nexus. But not a big fan of Marvel, so too bad. Never too late to start being patriotic. I don't think I care about that kind of thing, sorry. I don't think I really care. I don't think that being patriotic will better my life in any sort of way. I don't think there's any point in celebrating the 4th of July for me. Alright. Oh man, finding something to read is so hard when you're so picky. I don't want to read VTuber fanfics because there's the rule that I don't want to talk about other VTubers in my stream. Let's see, I still have some time till I go in. Gotcha! Again, best luck with your work. Based. Dang, I don't know how I keep doing it. I don't know how I keep doing it. Alright, it's too bad it's 9:12. If it were a day earlier, you could have read the 9/11 Commission report. I probably could have, but would that have gotten me in trouble? Would that have been insensitive? I don't know. Trying to get used to how close I live to my new job. Being based without trying to be based is hella based. I don't know how I keep doing it, dang! I don't know how I keep doing it. Alright. Hold on, there's like a thread on my blanket. I gotta pull it out or else it's gonna bother me. Ah! I wrapped it around my finger and it really hurt. That's how I got it out. Alright. Is Buying Mittens by Niimi Nankichi okay for you to read on stream? Buying Mittens... We'll have to see. It has an author, so I'm assuming that it's owned by somebody, which is bad, unfortunately. Let's see. A short story in children's literature by this person. It's first published in 1943 after his death. The story talks about Fox Child who goes into nearby town to buy some gloves. Cute. Is it public domain? Let's see. Thank you for the yes. I appreciate that, Hunter. Thank you. And Saga-sama, welcome into you as well. How have you been? Licensed for your personal enjoyment only. Okay, so unfortunately you cannot read that. Why is finding stuff to read so hard? Thank you for following Saga-sama. Thank you a ton. If you guys follow me on any live, you get notified every time we go live there. We've been here for 32 minutes and we're not reading. I'm such a liar. I'm such a scam. I'm such a fraud. Let's see. And thank you for the kawaii as well, Hunter. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Again, I would appreciate you are using your free coins. I'd appreciate if you'd save them for Class Yume when they debut tomorrow. Let's see. Aw, ellipsis. I know. It looks so cute too. Have you read Grimm Brothers tales then? We have read them a lot, which is I'm trying to find something different. See the reading stream, but it's just reading comments. That's just all my streams. That's just all my streams. You're reading comments though? It's not the same. Thank you for the kiss too, Hunter. Mwah, I appreciate that. Let's see. If all else fails, we could go back to good old reliable Grimm Brothers things. Let's see. Read your contract? I don't think I'm allowed to show you guys my contract. I think that might get me in trouble. I don't know about that. Alright. I can see if I can find them again. I don't remember what site I used, because I remember there was 2 websites. The first one, nothing was spaced properly, and it was really hard to read. We'll have to see if we can find the second one. Grimm Brothers Children's Household Tale. Is it this one? It might be. A Pack of Scoundrels. Yep, this is the website. This is the website. Let's see. How about the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, Essie? I think that's listed as public domain. Is the Wonderful Wizard of Oz public domain? Let's see. Too long, right? Too long. Okay, it was published in 1900. First to enter public domain, 1956. So it is public domain. How long would it be? Because this... How many streams would it take to read this? Who owns the rights to this? Is it nobody? It was renewed in 1967, so it will remain copyrighted for a 95-year term, entering the public domain and... No! It got renewed! We have to wait like 10 years for us to read this. No! Please don't get in trouble already. I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to. Do you know the website Gutenberg? No, I don't. I don't know about anything. Sherlock Holmes is broken up into shorter stories. Interesting. Aw, I know! It gave me false hope at the beginning. I had to read further to make sure, to double check. Unfortunate. We could go back to Grimm Brothers. We've yet to read The Pack of Scoundrels, which is story number 10. Meaning that we're 10 stories through... Good lord! 210! Which means we just have 200 left after this. I think the original Alice in Wonderland books are public domain already, according to Google at least? Maybe. I remember at some point, I think I read that in like school. Let's see. If fanfics weren't mostly just poorly written cringe, you could read those. I wouldn't be opposed to reading fanfictions. I think that reading something that's bad would be better than me reading something that was written seriously. Because I feel like if something is written seriously, they're gonna use words that are harder to read. But I wouldn't be opposed to fanfictions. It's just we don't know which ones. Sure, it probably won't be very good, but it'll probably be. We could go back to Quotev to read Quotev fanfictions if we wanted to. Oh, my beloved Quotev. Let's see. I think Goodread has some books listed as pub domain. Interesting. My first 2 attempts. Reading by YouTube, it should have a lot of public domain books. I see voice acting Romeo and Juliet would be fun. I don't want to voice act anything. No! That's embarrassing. Sonic X Knuckles fanfiction. Gotta get the classic genres of fanfiction in there. I feel like that'd be more fitting for me if I was notably like a Sonic person. I've only ever played Sonic Unleashed, and that's it. That's the only Sonic game that I play. Let's see. Bad fanfiction is the best fanfiction? And Kirby fanfiction, lol. I don't know anything about Kirby though. Well, as long as it's not smut fanfiction, all good. Yeah, I don't think I'd be allowed to read that, unfortunately. Unfortunately? Probably fortunately. I think it's probably for the better we don't read that. I don't want to read that kind of thing anyways. Alright, looks like we're kind of exploring the topic of fanfiction. I can go back to Quotev. Sure, my cat's meowing. Kitty! I don't know what you want. Meow? I know, she's so noisy. Meow? Oh my gosh, you're trying to talk to her? She's meowing back. Meow? She's here. She hears you. She's replying. Alright, if I look at stories... Let's see. Are these just like normal things? Traveling to Paris. Just a story about going to Paris? Sounds so normal. Alright. I'll be going to Esila and may pop in and out throughout the stream. Gotcha, Destroyer. I was happy to have you here today. Hopefully see you again some other time. Let's see. That fanfic is the only fanfic I've ever seen. Gotcha. Interesting. As you should hire a sheepyhead to cuddle your kitty to keep them calm during stream. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. You should hire me. Maybe. How many dollars an hour do you want? Love you too. See you soon, hopefully. See you soon. Let's see. I'm seeing some what seem to be along the lines of like X-readers, fanfiction, romance, adventure, fantasy, mystery, science fiction, action. This looks like 13 pages. A once fragile soul. The cover looks scary. It's like a big, scary old man, like, kidnapping a girl. What is this about? Let's see. The cat cuddles is my payment. Oh, really? That's pretty much free payment? Or work for free? And I think that's against the rules. Is there like a... Is this a prologue? Let's read the prologue and see how it goes. Let's see, hire? I'll pay with Sharpie for free, or play with Sharpie for free. I would let you guys play with her if you wanted to, but unfortunately you're not here. Let's see, thank you for following, I appreciate that, thank you a ton. Alright, so... By Jayla, A Once Fragile Soul. Prologue. We'll start with this. We'll read the prologue because I'm interested in what this might be. The cover intrigued me. I'm interested in this kidnapping story, potentially. It's, hi, my name is Danny Smith, and I'm 15 years old. Here's what you need to know about me so far. I was born January 6th of 2003. Are people born in 2003? 15 years old? When is this written? Oh, this is written in 2013. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. My favorite color is turquoise, and my hair is only middle length, and it's blonde, and I have blue eyes. My foster dad and mom beat me to a pulp every chance they get when social worker isn't there, of course. The reason why I'm in foster home is because only like a year ago my parents died. To protect my feelings, the police told me that they just died happy and in their bed. But what they don't know is that I was there when my parents were killed. My mom was trying to fight for her life and my dad was trying to help her. This is one thing I don't know. That is why those strange men were at my house and why mom took action so quick when she got a call from dad only an hour before he got to the house. Oof, how uplifting indeed. Me and my mom are going to make brownies to celebrate my dad getting promoted. When I was done cracking the eggs, I went to go get mom so she can steer. When she plugged in the steering thing, it was on full power, but she didn't know. And so it went everywhere, including on us. We wanted to have fun that day, so I wanted to make it fun by throwing some of the brownie mix at mom. And she laughed and did the same. Obviously, it got into a food fight, and it was so much fun. While I was on my back, while she was tickling me, her phone rang from the living room, so she stopped to go answer it. I got a drink of water and went to the living room, only to find a terrified look on mom's face, while a small voice of the other line spoke in panic. She dropped the call and her phone while swinging into action, running to my room to pack my personal belongings. When she was done, she gave me my stuffed companion, Whiskers the cat, and I held on tight while she grabbed my hand, just as we were just about to go out to the car when my mom suddenly froze and then grabbed me and ran with me to her arms, to her and Dad's room, and put me into the closet and came in with me only to show me to a door that was at the end of it. She grabbed her key necklace and unlocked the door so I could get in. Only once I was settled, she closed the door and said 3 words: "I love you." I started to cry, but she wiped my tears away. She was gone into the living room, acting like nothing was wrong, when I heard a loud and alarming knock at my door, so I jumped a little, but kept quiet. Mom went to answer it, and the guy just barged in and pushed her to the ground. She just got up and stood by the door as the man searched for me, but thanks to my mom, he'll never find me. My door was barged down again, but only by my dad. The man quickly took action and grabbed my mom and put a knife to her throat, which scared me so much, and my dad stepped closer as the man slit her throat, and her body, now lifeless, fell to the ground. Dad lunged at the man, and he just snapped his fingers, and 2 others came in and grabbed Dad out of mid-air and held him back. The last thing I remember is my dad's tears streaming from his eyes, and him screaming. When all the men left, I ran out to my mom's side crying. The next thing I remember is hearing footsteps and looking behind me to find a really nice-looking woman holding her hand out to me and her face having a sympathetic look in it. So I took her hand and she held me to her car and she led me to her car. Ever since we've arrived at the foster center, I've been in 2 foster homes and right now is my 3rd. So yeah, wish me luck. Well, bye. Author, thank you for reading this story. I hope you like it, and you'll like it and tell everyone this smiley face. Okay, now I go to work. Gotcha, best luck at work, Cryo. Have a good one. Alright, time to catch up on YouTube. That was the prologue here. I'm interested. Doesn't look like a very good story, but I'm interested. I want to read this. Let's see, heart emojis. Surprised cat emoji, WTF. What is this? A very scary story. Holy shit, I know. Alright. A Once Fragile Soul by Jayla. Chapter 1. There's an image that I think there's like a URL it wants me to look at. Dang, I didn't copy it. I'm so dumb. It doesn't let me copy it. Wow. So spooky. Anyways. Pages don't seem to be that long. So the chapters at least. Grammar was the scariest part to me. That was really scary. Concern emoji, scary story. I know. This is gonna be so scary. Let's see what happens in this story. The heavy smell of smoke filled my nostrils and woke me from my sleep. I wasn't slept much since, quote, the incident. But when I do, I don't sleep very long. Since I was already awake, I figured that I might as well use my newfound time I have to take a shower and get ready for school. I picked out my favorite top, which is a black halter top with a thin black one-shoulder shirt on top of it. My pants were the ones with rips in it. My shoes were these amazing black DCs. Oh, and And I'm forgetting the most important part of the girl's outfit. Jewelry. Not to mention my favorite Juicy Royalty backpack. I got all of these with my own money. I work as a store clerk person. James is this guy that I met on the first day of foster home place, and he comforted me when we both got adopted. I thought that we'd never see each other again, but after my second place didn't want me and I ended up here, I found out that we now live together, and he's the only thing that keeps me from running away because he's really nice and adorable. He's 19 and is the most awesome person I know. I go downstairs and I feel a shot of pain go through my side, and before I knew it, I was on my side and my stepmother was on top of me smiling like she felt accomplished. My step loser of a dad comes in and they exchange smiles and they leave into the kitchen to go eat breakfast. And as I go to get up, I feel the pain again, but I choke back tears because I hear James running down the stairs to my side to help me. Step loser comes in and he sees him trying to help me up. And he comes over and kicks James onto the ground on top of me. And I let out a yelp. And James quickly gets up and knocks Step loser to the ground, helps me up, takes me to his car, he bought with his money, and drives off towards school. And when we were a safe distance from home, he gave me a look of sympathy, and I can see the pain in his eyes. I look at him as if he's okay. He understood what I was going to ask, so he answered, "I'm fine, but I'm more worried about you." He looked at me again, and then returned his eyes back to the road, and we pull into the school. When I get out, I hear a shriek and turn around only to be tackled by Cameron. He grunts as he gets back to the road, and we pull into school. But I get out and hear a shriek. Wait, I read the wrong one. And he helps me up while we both laugh. Not soon after, that he joined a group of my friends. And we head up the stairs to the hell that is Granger Parks High School. Yeah, I may not be popular with my oh-so-stupid step assholes, but at school, I am popular. When I walk in, I get a lot of hellos and nods. And to be polite, I say hey back and nod occasionally. When we enter the cafeteria, I'm at most surprised to see it's my favorite breakfast of all time. All breakfast pizza. I head into line. No, I'm not one of those people who barely eat. The only thing I do after I eat is I work out, and that's how I keep my figure. With my breakfast in hand, I sit at my usual table with a window view. While I'm eating, Cameron notices some cuts on my arm. The previous step asshole beating. He shoots me a look and looks at my plate, and he stands up, leaves signaling to me to follow him into the new uncomfortable conversation that was about to be spoken in the hall. That's the first paragraph. Time to catch up on YouTube. Alright. The grammar was the scariest part to me. Same. Someone needs to put them on a watch list? Probably. They need one of those grammar checker apps. Yeah, they need Grammarly. Did Grammarly exist in 2013? I don't know, but that's what they needed. Oh dear, model is adorable. Thank you, Gloomx, I think it is. I don't know. Welcome in. Thank you, I appreciate that. Dive bombs from Esila wool. I'm thunder lice? I don't have lice. What are you talking about? Esila, what book is this? This is a story on Quotev written by like a 12-year-old in 2013. It's called A Once Fragile Soul. There's like 13 chapters. This is chapter 1. This is what we're reading. Grabs bug spray. Hello there, Shep. Hello, second meme lord. Welcome in. How are you? Let's see. Gurgles and laughs. What is this? Fantasy lol? I don't know. Let's see. That was one paragraph? Yes, that's one paragraph. That's one paragraph. It's a pretty big paragraph. I don't know why anyone would want to watch that. I don't know either. Barely eats and works out, lol. Yeah. I gotta go for now. Hopefully I can drop by during the Geoguessr. Have fun reading SE. Thank you, Zen. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you then. Thank you for stopping by. Always a pleasure having you here. See you soon. And Once Fragile Soul sounds like an Undertale fanfic. Well, this doesn't seem to be Undertale. So, is that good? Maybe. Is that bad? I don't know. You probably wouldn't read an Undertale fanfiction as someone who doesn't know anything about Undertale. Oh, yeah. Alright. There's text on the screen that is equal to about the amount that is the first paragraph. It's a few lines of dialogue and one extra paragraph. So let's continue. So Danny, what happened? He asked, concerned, wielding up his eyes, or a concern, yeah, wielding up in his eyes. He's wielding things in his eyes. Oh no. I blink away little tears and swallow hard, remembering that my step loser had grabbed a knife and cut my arm just because I wouldn't come when he called for me. And then to add to it, he took a cigarette and dug it deep into my skin, causing me to yelp in pain, but I recover quickly and think of a lie. Oh, it's nothing, I just accidentally scratched myself. It's not a big deal. I say as I force a smile, but he looks up at me, down. He looks at me, up and down, not believing my story. And when I look at him, I see something behind him that looked like a man that killed my parents only a year before. I stopped breathing as the man looked at me and turns around to walk the other way. I must have had a very terrified expression because when I finally came back to Earth, Cameron was shaking me and looked concerned. I looked back at him and thankfully the bell rang. So I said I had to go and grab my bag and hurry down the hall to physics. I take my seat. To my surprise, the man comes in the room and sits his briefcase on my desk. He starts scribbling something on the board that looks like it could be his teacher name, but I couldn't tell behind the cold but mocking look on his face. When he turns his gaze from the board to me, I squirm in my seat. Anyways, I think I need to look at a different tab for my chat. Yeah, my OBS chat's like frozen. Let's see, I wish I could cuddle with you. Maybe one day. If only. We all do. Yeah, it's a pretty common thought here. Sounds like interesting book. It is indeed interesting. Hi, Mom, lol, y'all. I'm not your mom, but hi, welcome. I just joined Jesus Christ, I know. Read erotic fanfic about stepmom and son, please? No! That's your warning. Say one more weird thing and you're done for. No! You think I'm even allowed to read that kind of thing? No! Anyways, back to this story. Hello class, my name is Mr. Corelli, and I'll be your substitute teacher until further notice. Little Miss Know-It-All Rebecca White raised her and, without being called on, asked, "What happened to Mr. James?" He had a gleam and creepy smile on his face and answered, "That's right, the news hasn't passed through the school yet," he paused. "Mr. James has been missing, and I'm here to fill in for her." Wait, Mrs.? Hold on, did I read it wrong or is this an inconsistency? Okay, I might have read it wrong. Yeah, Miss James, not Mr. James. Let's see. Mr. James has been missing, and I'm here to fill in for her until her hopefully safe return. The man didn't look hopeful that Miss James would hopefully return. I must have been the only one who noticed because everyone else just nodded and paid attention as he gave a lecture about physics and how he can use it in life. When first period was over, I was on my way to my second period while I literally ran into Cameron. He laughed and says, "Wow, you sure do love to hit me, huh?" I smile back, but stop when his smile disappeared and his voice lowers to merely a whisper. "What happened with you this morning?" I looked at him and run past him to the gym locker to get ready and change for fitness for life. After all, I am a 10th grader. When I was completely exhausted from working out and running, it was time to go change and take showers. After my shower and clothing change, I grabbed my bag, opened a door to leave when I hit someone on the other side and I nearly fall in return. But when I step outside to apologize to the person, I see who it is and freeze in place. Sadly, it was the only one in the hall when he put a cloth with chloroform on it to my mouth. I struggle, but it doesn't work as my body gets weaker. Before I'm knocked out, I hear running and my name being screamed. I make out a gasp. Cameron runs. I think he can't say, but he keeps running towards me, and the man holding me, the last thing I remember is Cameron being held back and fighting with great strength to get me. Then I see nothing, hear nothing, and finally, I'm knocked out. And that's chapter 1. That's chapter 1. All right. Let's see, pause, a bit confusing here. Yeah, it is a bit confusing. She's reading something from AO3. No, I'm reading for something from Quotev, which is probably honestly worse. Let's see, of course it's confusing. It's badly written, yeah! The sentences go on for like 200 words. There's no commas. They don't use the right your. They put apostrophes in words when like you don't need them, because like you do apostrophe s to indicate ownership, right? But like let's say they're talking about like I couldn't believe my eyes. So you wouldn't use apostrophe s in that situation, because like your eyes is what? Your eyes own what? It's not that kind of eyes. You're not trying to indicate ownership, so you don't use apostrophe s. But they do that kind of thing. It's certainly not the best written. Good morning, Neffy. No other context. Will this whole story be full of something scenarios? I have no clue what this is supposed to be after this. Let's see, I can't believe my ears. Your ears is what? Your ears is hearing what they heard? That would maybe make sense, but it still is weird. Alright, chapter 2 looks longer. Chapter 2 looks longer. Interesting. Interesting. I want to see if this person has any other stories. Is this the only thing that they read? Let's look at Jayla's profile. Let's see. Hey, CB. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you, I am. I'm having a great day. Hopefully the same as goes for you. I'd be very happy if you guys are well. Oh, they have made other things. They've made 3 stories? 3? 2? Where's the rest of them? Where's the one I'm reading now? Alright, they have 3 stories. They have this: The Silent Are the Loudest, gay love story, 5 Seconds of Happiness Gone in One, lesbian love story, and A Once Fragile Soul, which is not a love story at all. Oh my god. And the tags are action, adventure, once, fragile, and soul. Very efficient tags. I'm sure that they work very well. Alright, either person's thing or that's weird sort of that is weird. Yeah, because it could also be used to combine words like that is, we are, we're, they are, or there. But they don't do those correctly. They do like all the opposite of what it's supposed to be. That's the way that they go about it. Alright. I think it said it had like multiple... There's only 3 chapters? Where'd the rest of them go? I thought it had like 13 parts. Alright. If it's only 3 chapters, we're gonna finish all 3 chapters. Chapters aren't even that long. It's just the paragraphs that seem really long. I'll be honest, this feels like a bedtime story. I might fall asleep. This is probably the worst bedtime story you could probably have. I'm so sorry that this is your bedtime story. Anyways, we'll finish these 2 chapters. These last 2 chapters here. I wake up to the most disgusting smell. I look around to find a way to escape, or maybe someone who can give me answers, but sadly there is nothing in sight but a dark room with blocked windows. I run towards the door, but it's locked, and I slam my hand on the door and slump my shoulders back to the bed I woke up on. I must have fallen asleep again, because I woke back up to a knock on the door which opened, and the light flooded the room, and I shield my eyes, but realize that this is a good time to escape. So I get up and push the man back as hard as I could, which surprising was really hard, and he went flying to the wall, and I ran for freedom. Once I get to the front door, and it's locked, no surprise there, and I hear a voice behind me saying the cliche thing that they usually say before they butcher your insides and make you into a homemade meal for the dogs. I don't turn around, and I feel a hand touch my shoulder. And out of instinct, I clutched their hand in mine and thought, with all this strength I could, and he went flying through the door. So I run over him and over the door to my freedom and realize something. What if they have Cameron? With a grunt, I turn around and go back, but the voice that I actually want to hear behind me, they must have let him go. He must have followed them. I turn around and see Cameron, so I run to him, and I hug him, but he didn't hug me back. I pull back and look at him. He doesn't make eye contact with me. What's wrong, I ask. He parted his amazing lips ready to speak when I hear James's voice. Okay, Jayla uses the apostrophe correctly here. When I hear James's voice, and I look behind Cameron and run to him while he holds me and asks, OMG, are you okay? When Cameron explained what happened, I followed him and shit, I've been so worried. He laughs in relief and hugs me again, but tighter, and I hug back. He gets into the car and I go to get Cameron, but he's not there, so I go look for him, and I see him go into the house and I run after him and made it to the door only a few feet behind him, but he doesn't seem to notice my presence. And they use the wrong presents. They use like birthday presents instead of presents, like me being here presents. I think that's kind of silly. And the guy that I threw the door isn't there anymore. Probably got up to go get fixed up. I see him go into a room and I slowly make my way to the closed door and hear the man arguing. When Cameron entered, they stopped and I thought, oh shit, Cameron, run! And he didn't run and didn't even look scared. He looked more hurt than scared. My fear came to life. I look in awe and my jaw almost hit the floor. Before we continue, I'm gonna look at you guys. Cool Gankar, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for liking, I appreciate it. And Jade, welcome into you as well. Welcome. Let's see. Trust me, I don't get any bedtime stories my whole life. This is like my first ever bedtime story. I'm so sorry this is your first bedtime story. I shelled my eyes. Sounds way funnier than it should be. Yeah. Isn't Kota the same website where you did the sex lord quiz? Yes, it is. It is. I really like how bad this website is. I'm a big fan of Quotev. Let's see. And Shadow Legend, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by the stream. How have you been? We're in the middle of reading a story right now about a girl who has a terrible life and gets kidnapped. And it's not a very good story in multiple aspects. Alright, I'm gonna keep reading here. Well, did you stop her? The man in the big leather chair asked, but Cameron nodded and looked at the window in the door straight at me and replied, no. She used supersonic speed and ran straight past me. The man looked frustrated, annoyed, but also pleased. We'll go find her. She must have went home. So go there and kill whoever gets in your way. The guy tossed him a backpack filled with weapons and something else. I didn't know what it was. As I stared towards the door, I ran to make it outside to James' car, and I started crying. And understandingly, James hugs me and comforts me. But when I see Cameron coming, I scream and tell James to step on it. But he doesn't, because he doesn't know what to do, because how could he know that Cameron was with them? And no matter how much I screamed and begged for him to go faster, he didn't, and just let Cameron in. And he just got into the back seat and didn't say a word. It was a long, painful, scary ride to my house. I fell asleep again, and when I opened my eyes and didn't like where I was looking, the car stopped. James and Cameron got out, but I didn't dare move, acting like nothing happened. Cameron opened my door and held his hand out to me, and I flinched, so he pulled away and left. James came up and said, "Come on, Dan, let's go." His words disappeared into the dawn air, and he held out, and we all went inside. Inside the house that started all this, the place I once called my home. It looked just like it did a year ago, only more abandoned and more lonely. When we get to the front steps, memories kept playing of that day, and a horrific day I'd lost all my happiness and my parents. I shiver as you walk in the door. I blink away heavy tears that threaten to come to my eyes, and swarming down my cold red cheeks. The place looks the same, only the door. I blink away heavy tears, got that one my bad. Only more lonely and sad. I looked around, trying my hardest not to cry. So far, so good. They led me to orange sofa that was in our living room, but not it's been scratched and everything from knives that the men threw. They sit down and I follow their lead. They swallow and clear their throat before they spoke. This person cannot be older than someone who's in 2nd grade. This person is... There's no way this person's above like 8 years old. Either that or like they don't speak English very well. It could be either. If they can't speak English very well, I can't complain. It's cool enough they know multiple languages, but there's no way someone above the age of 8 years old wrote this. Let's see, Melody Cordelia, welcome in. Thank you for liking, I appreciate that. Sorry for the long wait there. I go in chunks in my reading. Or both, yeah, maybe both. Let's see. I still do random quote quizzes now and then. I only really do quizzes when I'm on stream. I like the Quotab website because it's not very good. I like how bad it is. Alright. Let's see. Maybe her new kidnapped life will be good for her. It doesn't seem to be turning out very well for her. It doesn't look very good. Let's see, it's not bad first time. Trust me, this is the closest I ever got to a mom's bedtime story. It's not that bad. I heard worse stories before. Or both. Yeah, maybe. It could be both. Let's see. It gives off, I'm 14, this is deep vibes. It does. It does. It does kind of feel like that. Alright. Oh great, my Wi-Fi? Oh no. Hopefully everything's alright on your end, Kite. Fanfiction / creepy past contest. Contest? I don't think we're gonna have a contest. Reading go burr. Reading is so hard. Especially when the stuff isn't written well. I just got an idea for a handcam stream. Just looking around and saw some piece of paper. Can you do origami, wifey? No, I can't. I've never been able to do origami. I can't do that kind of thing. I never tried, never learned. I never did that before. And I feel like if I learned, it probably wouldn't go very well. See, remember when kids hated reading? Now it's really hip. Is it? I think kids should enjoy reading. I don't like reading, but I'm an adult, so I'm allowed to. I ruined my life because I slept through all of my school, but I think kids should enjoy school probably. And read and do their homework and not sleep. Anyways. It must be because of Genshin or something. Did Genshin teach people how to not read? Don't you like have to read in Genshin? I think that's something you have to do. Let's see. I hate it when my Wi-Fi is just slow in the evening. Yeah, that happens sometimes, unfortunately. School is the best place to nap. For me it was. But I think kids should probably not nap. Dang, I'd teach you if I could. Do it over the interwebs, if only, if only. And Lantua, welcome into the stream. How have you been? Thanks for stopping by. It's great having you here. Welcome. I see your voice is so soothing. I could listen to you reading all day long. Please remember you're the best. If only I was giving you a good story. If only I was giving you something that was actually good and worth listening to. Well, welcome in, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for liking as well, Lantua. I appreciate that. Thank you a ton. See, bro, napping at school is very uncomfortable. That's why I brought a pillow. And even if I didn't, I just put my head on my desk anyways. And I'd end up with a big red, like, dot on my head from, like, the impact, the desk head on my forehead. But it was worth it for the nap. IDK, thanks for subscribing. It's nice meeting you. Hopefully you have a fun time. Hopefully you have a fun time together. Agreed, ER. Heart emojis. Alright, let's finish up this page here. Let's see. I bet you're wondering a few things, huh? I nod, and James nods back. Like he was expecting my answer. Then he continued. Okay, so ask away. You can answer all your questions. I look at Cameron, who looks away and wipes what looks like tears away. I part my lips and speak, but a mere whisper comes out. James, how do you know where I used to live? Everyone in school is involved in your kidnapping. Details of the tears came to his eyes, and he still continues. They are a part of the society that wants you dead. I try to process this, but my heart is beating so furiously that my friends, the ones I thought always had my back, betrayed me and wanted me dead. Once again, tears come to my eyes, but I don't fight them as they come out in a stream. James heads over towards me, but I flinch away from him, and he looks shocked and says with a gentle, sweet voice, I know it's hard to believe, but me and Cameron only went to the school undercover to help protect you from them. I look over at Cameron, who nods, confirming his story, so I scoot over to make room for both of them. And almost as if on cue, they both sit on the sides of me and hug me while I just cried. I have to admit, it feels nice to have at least two true friends, even though they were almost involved in my killing. I still had one question to ask, but I decide to not. But that didn't stop it from going around my mind. What did those men want to kill me? I didn't do anything to them. And what was it they wanted? Because they clearly wanted something from me, but I was determined to find out. I got up from their grasps and stood up and said, well, what are we waiting for? They looked at me confused and I explained more. Let's go see what these bimbos want from me and why they want me dead. Why'd she call them that? Why'd she call them that? They both stood up and said in unison, "No, we can't. They'll kill you at first sight of you." Determined to win this argument, I said, my voice unrecognizable, almost cold, "Then I guess we'll have to take that chance, won't we?" With what I said, I turned and walked out to the car while Cameron and James followed, giving up and got in the car, started driving to the place I was going to be killed in. As we both got to the block, James stops the car since I couldn't recognize the car. We went over the plan as we did the entire way here, and there was no way there be a weak point in it. Can there? Author, thanks guys for reading this. I hope that you enjoy my story. Please comment and tell me what you think. Smiley face. Okay, anyway, the link to the top chapter 1 is what her outfit looks like, just so you know. Alright, and what game are you gonna play later? Essie, we're gonna play... what's it called? GeoGuessr. After this, we're gonna play GeoGuessr. I'm looking forward to it. And Migs, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How have you been? Welcome. Please remember to hydrate. No problem. I will, huh? The author really loves crying. Yep. Certified. 3 edgy 5 me. Yep. GeoGuessr? Yeah, we're gonna play GeoGuessr after. I don't know why, but this reminds me of a story from literature from school about a dude to pick up a wife. No joke. It's in Vietnamese, and I don't think I can translate it, all because there's a lot of stuff I can't read. I see. Interesting. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to playing GeoGuessr. Alright. There's only one chapter left. And it's still not a very long chapter. The paragraphs are long, but it's not a very long chapter still. Let's see. Alright. So, Once Fragile Soul by Jayla. Chapter 3. Cameron walks into the conference room, and they start talking, but the voices fade, followed by grunting and crashing. I look through the little window on the door, and I'm astounded by what I see. Cameron on the floor, and the guy with an extreme need for a haircut, standing over him, and in his deep voice is almost like a snake's. "Why is it I don't believe you? Everyone knows that you're having feelings for this. He looks to the side, as if thinking that the word he was missing would be found over there, but he returned his gaze to Cameron and continued. "This Providence." He looks to the window, and the edge of his cold lips curled into a cruel smile as he turns his gaze to me. Before I had time to even process that I've been seen, he's at the window, scaring me. So I fall back while he opens the door, and he laughs. A laugh that sounds like hyenas chewing on broken glass. I flinch when I see that his hand is coming towards me. But in an instant, Cameron grabs him and threw him across the room, and he looks worn out and tired, but pretty much as fast as he got to him, Cameron fainted, probably from exhaustion. So I help him up. We struggle to the door and make it outside and get into the car. As if a hint, James opens the passenger side as I slid Cameron in, buckled his seatbelt, and got to the back seat. When we were all situated, James started the car and floored it down the street. Tired, I lay my head on the glass and drift off into dreamland. Let's take a little break to catch up with chat. Let's see. And Idol Star 1998, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Welcome. Right now we're reading a story called A Once Fragile Soul. This is the final chapter. Rainbolt, I don't think I understand. Are snakes known for their deep voices? I don't think they are. I think they're known for their hissing. And Paperwork P, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How have you been? Thank you for liking as well. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Paperwork. Let's see. Extreme need of a haircut. That's so Hollywood-esque. The author must have watched a movie with that exact phrase beforehand. Probably. I'll be right back. Take your time, Kite. No problem. All right. The snake from Metal Gear Solid is known for his deep voice. I don't think they were talking about that snake. I think they were talking about the animals. Alright. I wait till the car stopping and I look out the window and see an old building with vines going up the side. By the way, the building looked really cliche. Anyway, James gets out and heads over the passenger side to help Cameron out. His wounds must have caught up with him, and I followed close behind, trying to suppress the question of what we were doing here. We enter the building, and cracks are all over the wall with outdated paint, and before to the old dusty sofa, and gestures for me to sit on it. Following his order, I sit down, and he sits next to me with Cameron on the chair. Let's see. A shame indeed, indeed. Okay, Danny, you probably want some real answers of what's going on. He said, and I nod. He folded one leg on the other and parts his lips and begins to explain. Okay, so the school isn't really a school. He pauses, waiting for a reaction, realizing he's not going to get one without more detail. He continues, his voice barely a whisper. They were just posing as a school for you. My eyes widened, but he continues. The reason why we're all a part of this, your parents' death, you in foster care, and the people you met, is because the creators of the school are a part of a huge, powerful group known as the Cunners. They're a discreet organization. They want to capture the Providence and kill it because they are old inscriptions in their little book of rules that state the Providence will one day become more powerful. No! Ah! Oh, now there's stuff in my eye too. Leave me alone. Let me read in peace. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. TSKR. Cute sneeze too. No! No. Alright, where was I? Where was I? Let's see. State the Providence will one day become more powerful than the universe itself, taking over and enslaving all worlds to their commands. Organization is called the Commerce. Yes, it is. But it was cute? Wrong. I must deny it. Let's see. Taking this all in, I sit back on the couch, fighting by painful tears that burned in my eyes, but I suppressed them easily. For that 6 months of doing it consistently helps. My lips quiver as I start to speak, but it only comes out as a little squeak. But I continue anyways. So these Cunners believe that I'm the Providence? He nods his head sadly and drops his eyes from me to the floor in shame. No way, summoning Potato Dragon now, clip it. What? I'm rewinding for that sneeze. No, don't rewind. Please don't rewind to hear my sneeze. Thank you for it. You're welcome. I couldn't mute in time. Oh, man. Look, this is a lot to take in, I know, but me and Cameron are part of another group whose name is unbelievable to non-members who protect those who are in danger. He returns his gaze to me, and I look away, putting my gaze to Cameron, who is asleep peacefully in the chair. I part my lips to ask a few questions. Okay, so if I'm the Providence then, what happens to normal people I love? He looks aside dramatically and says the words I was afraid he'd say. There's no one you know that isn't a part of the Cunners. I sigh and think, but continue my questionnaire. So my whole life is/has been a lie? He looks at me with a sad look in his eyes as I get off the couch and go over to Cameron. I look back at James and say, so why didn't you stop me from going into that place? I could have been killed. Let's see, how are you? Pretty good, Neffy. How are you? I'm back. It was cute. No! Bless you, and thank you for the sneeze, of course, and thank you. Let's see. I'm going to guess their group name is the Goers? It might be. It might be the Goers. I seriously can't take the Cummers seriously, lol. It looks like Cunners and not Cummers. If it was Cummers, I think it'd be a little more funny. It's a little different, though. I remember back when you didn't try to mute your sneezes, and well, cute, they weren't too special, but now you made them a valuable rarity. No! No. Why? Why? Anyways, because I wanted you to figure out what we were dealing with on your own, my eyes burned with anger and with angry tears, and I say through sobs, you mean to want to find out if I'm the Providence? My voice is so cold and filled with anger, it's unrecognizable. James flinches at the words that come out of my mouth and say, yes. I wanted to know if you were the Providence. The Providence can't be killed, so I figured they would have to been stupid to try to kill you, and if they could, then you weren't the Providence. I looked at him confused and suddenly gathered all the pieces together. What kind of powers does the Providence have? I say cold once again in my voice. The Providence is said to have every single power known to the universe. And once the powers are fully stored into the body, then they will be overtaken with anger, fear, and every other emotion that will drive them to take vengeance on the universe and cause them to enslave every creature, man, and animal known to everything. The Providence will also be a ruthless leader who will only care for oneself and take pity on no one/thing. I clench my fist and turn around to face him as I start yelling. How could you think that I'm the Providence? I didn't even know this whole world even existed. Woken up by my yelling, Cameron shoots out of his seat and realizes it's me who's yelling. He sighs and sits back down and watches the show. James keeps his cool and calmly says, because the Providence will only become true if shown the world of magic and things. I've been in your life because your parents were killed. I had to make sure that you don't find out about this world. I scoff. It's too late, douchebeat. He looks pissed and still keeps his cool, and he stands up and rushes to my side. He gets so close to my ear that his warm breath fills my ear hole as he says, listen to me. Now that your parents are dead, you don't have those dumb people looking after you. I'm your new guardian, and you need to do as I say or you will be killed. I push him away and run towards the door, but he's in front of me, and to my amazement, I push him out the door and into the dawning day as I step out, but Cameron soon comes behind me and puts a hand on my shoulder. I slow and look at his gorgeous blue eyes, but apparently change the color red when the sun hits them. But he looks at me with confidence and says softly, look, I know you're mad, but you have to look past what James has been telling you and realize that he's only trying to help you. Please stay. Please. I couldn't refuse his pleading eyes, so I nod and go over to help James up, only at me, as if asking, I'm ready to cooperate now. I nod, and we head inside, getting ready to start my powers training to help me not become the Providence. I don't get it though. Something doesn't feel right. If James said that the Providence will be overcome with emotions all of the universe when I become of my powers, then why would they want to train me? And that's where our story ends. It was never updated again after that. Let's see. I'll sell rare Essie sneezes on the black market. I don't think that those are of value to be sold. No. I see. Hi, Chaotic V. Welcome in. Yep, sounds like fanfic power levels. Yep, And Daddy Chill. I know. It sounds like a teen take on Harry Potter. Yeah. Blue eyes are ranked down to red eyes. Dang, yeah. Alright. Anyways, that was A Once Fragile Soul by Jayla on Quotev. That was in the action section of Quotev's stories section. Supernatural, horror, realistic. Do you want to judge how realistic a realistic story on Quotev is? I think that'd be cool. Maybe that'd be fun. 28 pages on this one. What is this? Let's see. It's the end of the world, the life behind the smiles, morning dew, no prince necessary, witness, on the court, kidnapped by the prince and his brothers. That does not sound very realistic. I don't know. Humor? Interesting. I kind of want to try a realistic one. I'm gonna look at It's the End of the World. It does have multiple parts. Parts don't look to be too long. Realistic End of the World? Yeah. Let's judge. I'm gonna close out a few tabs I had earlier that I no longer need. There we go, it's a little better. Alright. It's the End of the World by Lucid on Quotev. Tagged realistic, short stories, end of the world, death, depression, extinction, humanity, sad stories, depressing stories, stories about death, meteor. Alright. The end of the world as we know it. Seth was humming. He didn't realize he was humming. The others around him had looked of horror on their face. At least, those who recognized the song. It was entirely out of place, and honestly, quite a rude song to be humming at the circumstance. It was the end of the world, and Seth was in a bunker with a few hundred strangers. The government had been building these bunkers for years because they had known about the end of the world for years, but Seth and his fellow bunker mates hadn't. They had only just learned about that gigantic meteor that was headed straight for Earth. Upon learning the news, Seth had been shocked, emptied out. His entire world, everyone's entire world, was about to be taken out by an asteroid. Not wanting to cause global panic, nations had decided to have multiple teams research and examine the asteroid before releasing the information to the public. After 12 years of research, it had been determined that there was no way possible to stop the meteor from colliding with Earth. This could cause massive earthquakes, tsunamis, landslides, dust and smoke, parentheses, which would in turn block sunlight and would be the dinosaurs all over again. Oh, my cat's meowing. Kitty! Come here. There's no need to meow, it's okay. Alright. And extensive damage to either cities, ecosystems, or everything. One way or another, everything on Earth was going to die shortly after the impact of the meteor. The least the government could do was build bunkers stocked with food and water, so that if things went to shit, people wouldn't get taken out by earthquakes or starvation. At least not immediately. Where Seth lived, it had been deemed a likely spot for the meteor to hit near. So he was in a bunker with hundreds of strangers, eating rationed out food and drinking rationed out water, waiting for the meteor to hit the Earth and start the end of it all. Someone started singing the lyrics to the song Seth was humming. That's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes, an airplane. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I have a hurricane listening to yourself churn. World serves its own needs. Don't misserve your own needs. They shot Seth and the singer dirty looks. Seth kept humming mindlessly, tapping his foot, checking his phone. The connection really sucked down here. It really sucked down here, yeah. I can imagine it's pretty bad. He should probably save his phone battery. They weren't planning on having electricity for long. Let's see. Alright, I'm tired. See y'all. Night. Mom, can I get a good night kiss? Yes, but I'm not your mom. Mwah. There you go. Good night, rest well, sweet dreams. Hopefully I see you again some other time. Let's see. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. And I feel fine. Someone yelled at the singer to shut up. Seth laughed, running a hand over his short blonde hair. A woman next to him was crying. She turned slowly to look at Seth. Her green eyes were puffy, her eyeliner running. Two kids were scampering around, making up a fantasy land where everyone was happy and their mother wasn't crying. They had no idea that just in a few hours, they would be dead. How were they laughing? Seth had no idea. How can you laugh? The woman asked, almost mirroring Seth's thoughts. She dabbed her face with the tissue. Seth shrugged his shoulders. Why would I spend the last hours of my life crying? It's a fucking blessing we're all dying. The woman burst into tears again, grabbing her children and hugged them close. Seth thought about his last day on Earth before he was rushed into a bunker this morning. Just yesterday, things had been normal. And they never would be again. Seth wasn't sure whether or not to be grateful for this. His life wasn't all peaches. And he sure as hell wasn't happy. But this was humanity. It was their home. It was everything, everyone's world. It was all going to be destroyed. What do you do at the end of the world? And that's the first part. Whichever space agency did an experiment a while back, and we could actually deflect an asteroid before hitting the planet. Interesting, interesting. That's good, I guess, so maybe this isn't very realistic. When one of you guys called sheep mommy, I laughed. Do not call me mommy. Do not call me mommy. Mom is more acceptable, but I'm still not your mom. Alright. Part 2 is called 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Seth woke up pissed at the alarm for not going off. Or maybe it did go off, and he just turned it off in his sleep. Wouldn't be the first thing he turned off that night. He looked at the empty bed next to him, why was it that he could push everyone out of his life without even trying? Even the girl he'd picked up last night had left after he'd taken off his shirt. Sure, the scars were big and scary, but if they were both horny, did the scars really matter? Apparently they did. Seth stood up slowly, looking at himself in the mirror, the scars lacing down his chest and abdomen, staring back at him, pink and fleshy looking despite the years that had passed. The scars still hadn't faded. The car crash that took Seth's family wasn't even scar tissue. It still had an open wound, raw and festering. His wife and kids hadn't made it, died on impact. Seth had been rushed to the hospital, opened on. He had pieces of the car embedded in his chest. Oh my god, Milky's wild. Don't call me mommy. I'm gonna ban you. Don't call me that. Let's see. Now Seth was working a shitty job at the shopping center down the street, living in a tiny apartment and trying to find any scrap of meaning in life, ruined by a drunk driver. If it hadn't been alcohol that took his family, Seth would probably have died of alcohol poisoning. If he wasn't so poor, it would be drug overdose. He would have overdosed on those pain meds when he first got out of the hospital. Seth walked out of the little bedroom and into the kitchen. Next door was a couple fighting. Who the hell fights at 7 a.m.? It's too early to be yelling at each other. Seth and his wife had never fought so early. They'd never fought as often as the couple next door. Seth separately wanted to yell at them to shut the fuck up and just leave each other. Part of life was being addicted to something you shouldn't be. There were obvious ones like drugs and alcohol and gambling, and less apparent ones like a toxic lover or caffeine or sex. Seth sometimes wished he had an addiction, when he would have something to point to say, "That's what is ruining my life, my addiction." But he was remarkably resistant to those things. He never smoked, never drank, never gambled, most definitely never had sex. So Seth was left telling himself, there's nothing to feel shitty about. I have an apartment, food, a job. I only feel this way because I'm weak. Seth ran a hand down his short blonde hair and rubbed his bleary eyes. He grabbed a cup and filled it with water, drinking deeply. He hadn't drank any water last night, for most of yesterday really. He had gotten too distracted. After gulping down several cups of water, Seth shuffled to the bathroom and took a quick shower. Not wanting to use too much water. Sometimes he just wanted to bash his head against the wall until his head split open. Today was one of those days. He re-wore his clothes from yesterday, jeans and a dark blue button-up. Seth brushed his teeth, staring at his gaunt face, the long, straight nose, thin lips. He had been relatively handsome when he was younger, but now he was just a skinny dude in his 30s. The bags under his eyes made him look older. When he was in his teens, girls had seemed to like Seth, but he had been on the track team and won second place a few times in the 200-meter race. He had a few girlfriends through high school, but he had never really been attached to them like he had been attached to him. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna take a little break here to catch up on your guys' chat messages. Grandma, I want cookies and milk before sleep. What? I'm not a grandma either. Don't call me grandma. I'm not old. I'm decently young. Curious what human cheese would taste like. I'm not curious enough to try to get some. Interesting. That is interesting. So you guys are just coming up next, baby. I'm excited to explore Earth and everything. I'll see you guys later tonight. I love you. Your content so much. Sheep, keep it up. We love you so much. No way, I love you too. I'm looking forward to GeoGuessr as well. I'll see you there. Skinny dude in his 30s, me in 4 years. Alright. A romantic part of Seth said that he had just been waiting for Rhea, which had been the love of his life. Her short black hair that felt so soft when he ran his fingers through it. The wide brown eyes that could pierce your soul and comfort you at the same time. There were all those things that most people used to explain they love their spouse. Their laugh, their mannerisms. Seth loved the way Rhea made him feel. He was never an outsider. The moment they met, Seth felt accepted by Rhea. He had fallen in love so quickly. She was beautiful, she was warm, she felt real. And then, after a big wedding and 2 little girls, it had been ripped from him. The girls had been so young, one 3, another just a few months old. Seth realized that he had been standing in his bathroom, staring at his reflection for far too long. He didn't want to move. He didn't want to go to work, which he would be late if he didn't move his ass and run to the store. Seth wiped some deodorant on, grabbed his keys, and stepped out of his apartment, locking the door behind him and wishing he could go back 4 years ago. 4 years ago today, his wife and kids had died, and he couldn't even visit their graves because they had been cremated. Seth had refused the ashes, not wanting the dusty remains of his family, so his mother and father-in-law had gotten the ashes and spread them. Sometimes Seth felt angry that they would just let the ashes fly away. Sometimes he's glad they weren't trapped in a box or a vase. So you're not decently young yet? What? I'm very decently young, excuse you. Nate, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Right now we're in the middle of reading a story. This is chapter 2 of the story called 7 a.m. It's about the world ending by a meteor. Let's see, it's surprisingly deep. I see indeed. Alright. Thank you for liking, by the way, Nene. I appreciate that. Etsy becomes a lovely librarian by reading stories to us. I'd be a terrible librarian, I think. I don't know. I'm not very good at reading. I'm not really good at that kind of thing. I'm good at organizing, though. I like when things are organized. Quite fond of that kind of stuff. So maybe in that aspect, maybe I'd be okay at it. Let's see. The air was cold and biting. Seth rubbed his arms, goosebumps prickling at his skin. He was thinking about how he would hate to see Brenda, the woman who always tried to steal potatoes. Seriously, why potatoes? And how he would generally hate to see everyone. People really sucked. But his job was to be nice to people and check out their groceries. So he was going to plaster on a smile and be polite. And maybe there would be some people that weren't rude or stupid. And he would genuinely smile. The family who came in every Friday. They always were smiling. The two kids would beg for a piece of candy, and sometimes they would get it. If they didn't, they wouldn't throw a fit. They would just sigh and say, maybe next time, and continue to bicker with each other. The parents would very obviously still in love with each other, and when they finished checking out, all of them would say thank you and have a nice day. It sounds like something that should happen all the time, but you'd be surprised. Seth was just about to enter the store when his phone went off. He pulled his phone out of his pocket, checking messages. Seth expected it to be a message from one of his coworkers that he sometimes went out with. But what he saw shocked him. It was a girl that had run away last night. She was apologizing. She wanted another date. About to respond with a thumbs up or an enthusiastic message, Seth remembered was what today was. Oh, good lord. The anniversary of his wife's death. He couldn't go on a date on such a day. Seth shoved his phone into his back pocket, leaving Anne from Tinder on red. Alright. Decently young is Essie's euphemism for a hag, aka less than or equal to 30? You're saying I'm less than 30? Thanks. Alright. Next chapter, 1:40 p.m. to 4 p.m. Lots that might happen in a very short period of time here. Looks to be less than 4 hours. Just a little over 3. That's the greater than... That is a greater than, not a less than. Because the alligator eats the bigger number because he's hungry. Okay, I remember. That's a greater than... Dang it. Man, I hate math. Man. Alright. Next chapter. Seth sat in the back room of the store on his 30-minute break. He had run back to his apartment to grab a sandwich he had left behind. Then come back for the last 20 minutes before he got back to work. He was just sitting in the break room with his coworker Jen and Jeremy. Seth had wondered if the two of them were just clones of each other that had been gender swapped. They're basically the same person, just different genders. They had different last names and came from different cities, so they weren't related. It was just uncanny that they were so similar and ended up working at the same place. Seth. What are your plans for the weekend? Jeremy asked, looking up from his phone for a few seconds. Oh, you know, either going to the Bahamas or staying at my mansion in the Hamptons. Seth joked. Jen snorted. I wish, she sighed. Skyla, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How have you been? I have news? What's the news, Skyla? What's the news? What might it be? We'll take a little break here since you got some news. Finished a paragraph and a few lines of dialogue. What's up, Skyla? What's the news? I might become an live VTuber soon? What do you mean might, Skyla? You gotta be secret about that. You gotta be secret. You gotta be professional and keep it private. Smiley emoji. Well, best of luck to you if that's the case. Best of luck to you if that's the case, but it's best you keep quiet about it, probably. Let's see. Jen and Jeremy had reddish hair. Their eyes were brown, and they both had the same mole on their chin. Jeremy was slightly thicker lips than Jen, who always wore bright red lipstick and eyelashes that were way too long and definitely fake. Rhea had worn some makeup. She would wear a lot more fancy events, but in Seth's eyes, Rhea had been pretty with and without makeup. Jen was one of those people who wasn't ugly with or without makeup, but she wasn't special or anything. He's turned 1. Let's see, and it's my dog's birthday. He's turned... Oh, nice! Happy birthday to your dog! Happy birthday. Jen touched up her makeup and stood up. Lunch is over. I'm heading out. And she walked out the break room. Slipping her employee vest back on, Jeremy stood up as well. So Seth decided his break was over too. He technically still had 8 minutes, but 8 minutes sitting in silence on his own in a dreary beige room with a plastic table and old creaky chairs wasn't really any better than dealing with shitty people. "Did you ever take your kids camping?" Jeremy asked as they left the break room. Seth swallowed. "I never, got to. They were too young, and then, well, some things happened." He cringed, not wanting to ruin the mood or be a downer. But Jeremy just patted his shoulder, nodding his head. "My parents divorced too. Wife got the kids?" "Yeah, well, they're not alive." Seth didn't like lying. Maria would always tell him that lying was a bad thing. Before they met, Seth had lied all the time. There was no consequence for his lying, usually. And it made life easier. But Rhea had this thing about lying, and Seth rarely lied. He didn't always tell the truth, but that was a completely different thing from lying. Jeremy sucked in his breath. "Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, that's horrible. I'm sorry, man, I didn't mean to." No, you're fine. It was years ago." Seth tried to smile, but it was half-hearted and pathetic. Seth walked home slowly, taking his time to return to the small and depressing apartment he had to call home. He had a long list of things to do after work, which was now. He had to do the shopping, do his laundry, clean the kitchen, respond to Anne from Tinder, and deal with other boring adult stuff. Life had been so much less depressing when he had Rhea. Sure, he had a lot more stress and money had been a little tight because the cost of daycare for little Ellie. But things had been good. Rhea's parents had given them money for a small house with an orange tree in the backyard. They had been so excited to buy a house. They had made it theirs. Ellie had a room painted with just as she wanted, although she did share it with her younger sister. And DJ, welcome back to you too. How have you been? Thanks for stopping by and following as well. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Alright. When Seth got to his apartment, the door was open. That was weird. He had been sure we locked it this morning. Carefully, Seth pushed the door open, and stepped into the kitchen. Relief flooded through him when he saw it was just Anne from Tinder sitting on the couch. She turned around when she heard Seth come in, a wide smile spreading and lighting her eyes. "You left me on red, Sethy!" She exclaimed, standing up and striding over to Seth. He hated that Anne called him Sethy. Fucking stupid nickname. "Sorry, I had work," Seth replied, stepping back when Anne got too close. Good lord. Alright. Seth scratched his head. "Sorry, did I give you a key or something? How'd you get in?" "Okay, I know how to pick a lock, and I knew that if I wanted a second date, I should probably come straight here. And you weren't home. It was cold. I just let myself in." Anne grinned and laughed a little bit. It was unnerving. Seth coughed. "Yeah, I was really hoping to be alone today. It's just not a good day for me." Seth looked at his feet, hoping Anne would get the message and leave. Instead, she reached up and put her hand to Seth's face, stroking his cheek. "Oh, poor Seth, what happened today? You can tell me anything. It's just... well, my wife and kids died this day 4 years ago, and I just wanted to spend the day alone," Seth mumbled. It wasn't something he much liked having to explain. And Anne's breath caught. "You had a wife?" "Yeah." "What was she like? Do you still love her? Do you love her more than you love me?" Questions flew out Anne's mouth. Seth rolled his eyes. Not up for any of this shit. "Get the fuck out of my house, okay?" She picked up her purse and left quickly. Seth felt bad as he heard her shut the door carefully. And it was weird, yeah, but she meant well. He had snapped at her, because he had a shitty day. Seth sighed heavily, the weight of the world resting on his shoulders. If the world ended tomorrow, he wouldn't mind very much. Alright. It's a greater than equal. What makes you go, "Good lord," this time? Me? I don't think I said "good lord" to anything, did I? I don't remember. And Kagami. Oh, good lord, you're hard to read. So your name is hard to read with the white text on the white background. My bad. Hi, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. We're reading a story right now. About to move on to chapter 3, which is called Dinner, which is 3 sentences long. It's really short. You did? I don't even remember what that was towards. I think it's just I was really struggling to read. Let's see. So, chapter 3, dinner. Seth heated up some leftover pasta for dinner and sat on the couch, watching some old sitcom. His evening were often uneventful and consisted of old sitcoms, eavesdropping on neighbors, and reading the news. There was absolutely nothing special about this night. Seth had spent his last day on Earth going to work, yelling at Anne from Tinder, and eating pasta while watching a sitcom. Chapter 4, the last morning. Dang, the final morning, the last one. Alright. Was it terrible grammar or something? No, it was just me. It was just me. It was me being bad at reading. It was just me. My fault. My bad. Alright, doesn't seem to be a very long chapter either. Seth woke up on the couch. He must have fallen asleep watching TV. His clothes were wrinkled. They'd been wrinkled already. But now it was worse. He pushed himself up to standing and repeating his morning routine. He was about to head out for work when an emergency alert went off. Seth expected it to be a test. Was unpleasantly surprised to see that it was a warning. Opening his phone and reading the latest news. Kitty! Let me read. Yeah? Alright. Opening his phone and reading the latest news, Seth found that a meteor was going to strike Earth at approximately 7 p.m. Eastern Time. All citizens were to get to the nearest bunker. Seth couldn't believe his luck. He wanted to do anything but life, and death was handed him on a platter. Then realization struck. Everything humans had lived for would be wiped out. All children, all animals, the beautiful life on Earth. The hate would die, but so would the love. The shitty people wouldn't exist, but neither would the good people. The family that came in every Friday would die. His in-laws would die. His co-workers and all their families. All the work humans had done throughout history would fade away and crumble. Seth almost cried. Instead, he packed his things and charged his phone to 100%. When he finished all of his business, he walked outside to go to the bunker. He noticed that things were different. There was way more cars on the road. People were screaming. Seth could hear wails coming from houses and apartments. Police sirens were going off. There were probably people thinking, well, if it's the end of the world, I might as well steal shit and break the law. People were so goddamn infuriating. Seth was glad everything was over. That's the chapter. Let's see. I'm glad that the Earth's destruction will be scheduled so that I can plan around it. Yeah. Let's see, I know, right? So convenient and totally realistic. Yeah. Alright. Final chapter. It's called Meteor. It's not very long either. Alright. Final chapter. Meteor. An announcement was made. The meteor was going to hit Earth in just a few minutes. They were all to say their goodbyes and hug their loved ones. All around Seth, people were doing just that. Seth was sitting on his cot, watching it all go down, watching the children's eyes fill with tears and the room start to resound with wails and distraught humans. A few pets had been brought in, dogs barked and cats being squished by kids to the point of screeching. It's the end of the world as we know it, Seth whispered, spreading his hand on his lap, sitting upright. He brushed his shirt off and adjusted his hair. And I feel fine. The meteor hit Earth at exactly 3:11 p.m. Eastern Time. Billions of people died within the first couple of hours, the rest of the population slowly dying out as famine, earthquakes, tsunamis, and illness spread across the world. Everyone had spent their last full day normally. Whether that meant being a horrible person. Good lord! Oh, my cat jumped on the desk and scared me. Ah! What are you doing up here? You can't go behind there. Sorry. Alright, on the floor you go. Sorry, Abby. Alright. Final paragraph. Everyone has spent their last full day normally, whether that meant being a horrible person, doing nothing in bed, yelling at their loved ones, spending the whole day out doing enriching things, making mistakes or making every right decision. Every single person had spent their last day as they had spent every day before it. And then it came to those very last few hours. They'd all regretted something, whether that was being nicer to those around them, taking more chances, being more proactive, spending more time with family. Seth regretted not joining his family sooner. And that's the story. That is kind of sad. I'd have expected it to be sadder, but that was kind of sad, I guess. Sharpie stop? No, that was Ebby. That's a different one. Alright. I think if a meteor really was coming, the people would be a lot more somber. I think if a meteor was coming, we wouldn't get an announcement like, hey, a few minutes until it hits us. I think that we'd die first, right? Because it would make the earth like really hot or something, and then we'd like burn and die. I think it's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine is part of our EM song. Allegory for death. Allegory for death. I don't even know what allegory means. All right, we have about 30 minutes left. That was a lot better than the first thing we read. That was a lot better. Let's see. There's realistic humor. Let's scroll up to the top. News stories. Fan fiction. Romance. Adventure. Fantasy. Mystery. I don't want something that's like too long, you know. There's 30 minutes left. We all have to do like Majora's Mask and play the rewind song. Yeah! Yeah. It reminds me, it's like a story for making a point to relate it to something. Let's see. That's not a high bar, Essie. Yeah, but it was still better, and that's a good thing. It was still better than the last one. Daughter of a robot. Interesting. His 16th face? Robot's heart. Sample only. There's a lot of robots in here. I guess this is a science fiction section. Let's see. Go to action again. 16-year-old spy. The volleyball club. What kind of action does the volleyball club get into? Let's go to the action section again. Let's look. Also tags we can go into. There's new, long, random, animal, government, secret, killer, killing, mystery, elements, suspense, dystopia, superheroes, teenagers, superpowers, monsters, escape, heroes, darkness, future, danger. Oh, there's a lot of tags. Whoa! I don't want to read all the... The volleyball club loves their balls. Volleyballs. Yeah! Yeah, they do. Probably. My husband's debt. 55 pages. That's a lot of pages. Daughter of Two Worlds. 14 hours ago. Wandering Home storyboarding. The Escape. 88 pages. 541 pages. Whoa. Some of these are pretty long. What are you reading? We're trying to find something to read. Can you read the entire B-movie script? In 30 minutes? No, probably not. No. It'll probably take a bit longer than that. The Human Barbecue? 3 pages 1 day ago. We're gonna read this. It's got a prologue and one chapter called Should Never Come Here. Alright. The Human Barbecue by Gothy Cutie on Quotab. July 28th, 1978. Anna was taking photos at a sunflower field in Florida. The sun began to set, and she decided it was time to head back home to her little sister. She saw a deer run past her and smiled. "I need a photo with that cute deer," she spoke in with her thick Spanish accent to herself. She approached the deer slowly and lifted her camera. She snapped the photo. The deer ran off and suddenly snapping noise. She looked at the photo on her camera and thought it was as good as the others she took today. She admired the picture. She saw something in the corner in the picture. She saw a man in boots in the picture. She lifted her camera higher and snapped a photo. The light shined on a man's face. Before she had time to react, the man slashed her midriff open with a knife. She gasped in horror before dropping her camera and sprinting away. She made it to the highway and pounded out on a front door to a rather ominous house. A man with creepy grin opened the door. "Hello there, pretty gal. How can I help you?" he asked, and I looked at him in a pleading manner. "Help! A man sliced my stomach open!" She shouted in fear. She looked behind her and saw the man who slashed her. She yelled in fear before looking in front of him. She was yanked inside with a man, and a buff man with a chainsaw approached her. Her screams echoed through the empty night, but no one answered her sigh for help. July 30th, 1978. Luna, Lucy, Alicia, Lisa, and Mary all went looking for Anna last night. As Luna called out into the sunflower field, the only response was her echoing voice. They walked back to the highway after hours of searching. "Hey, maybe that house over there knows something. We could ask," Lisa spoke, pointing at the white, ominous house on the side of the road. That's a good point, Lucy added. Looking at the rest of the group, that's how the horror movie starts. Luna mumbled as the group pushed forwards to the house. Luna knocked on the door, and a flirty man opened the door, flicking his hair back with a charming smile. Hello, ladies. How can I help you? He asked. Luna, who was totally grossed out, responded, Have you seen this woman? She asked and passed him a photo of Anna. He looked at the photo for a moment, too long, and spoke, I think I saw her. Come on in, I'll tell you. The group glared at each other before hesitantly walking in. The front door closed behind them. They all went missing. That's the prologue. That's a prologue. Cannibalism not beating the cult allegations. I'm not a part of a cult, and I don't have a cult either. And you're not a part of a cult either. Let's see, are we reading the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Maybe. Alright, next chapter. Not a very long one. It's called Shouldn't Have Never Come Here. That was hard to read, good lord. Alright. Luna's eyes fluttered open as she attempted to stand up. She fell back down as she noticed her hands confined to the wall with a tight rope. She rubbed her wrists together and cut the rope. She stood up and brushed her corset off. The first goal was to find Lucy. Her sister always came first. She looked around the room. There was no doubt she was in the basement. Blood dripped through the roof. The smell of gore filled the basement. She gagged. I'm in a shitty horror movie, she mumbled to herself in a snarky way, keeping her head up in such a situation. Did they have horror movies in the 1700s? Did they have movies in the 1700s? I don't know. I almost said I don't remember. That could have looked really bad for me. I don't know. Let's see. Essie, the accident was 10 years ago. You were in a coma, and the cult became real in your absence. What? I've never been in a coma. I've never been in an accident like that. No! That's not real. There is no cult. She remembered the shitty distraction tool she learned with herbs that could blind someone. She plucked some herbs out the overgrown walls and mixed them together. She had 3 tools. These assholes are going to learn not to mess with a gothic girl. She left the room and screamed as their eyes laid upon a pile of decapitated heads. Decapitated heads? Yeah, decapitated heads. She stumbled backwards and held her ground, leaning against a wall and covering her mouth to prevent screaming again. She looked at the pile. One of those heads could be Anna. She couldn't help but think that. She stood up straight and returned to her goal, her sister, and getting out. Reminds me the ending of the book of Fight Club. It has a book, I didn't know that. And gotta go, thanks for stream. Thank you, Lansua, for the company. Thank you for the buy gifts as well. I do appreciate that a ton. Thank you so much. Please do take care until next time, okay? Alright. Luna began to walk and saw her sister. Lucy! She yelled out and crashed into a hug with her. Lucy hugged Luna tightly. Oh my god, I thought I had lost you, she muttered. Luna kissed Lucy's forehead. Don't even worry, we're going to make it out. Pinky promise. Luna held her shaky pinky finger with a reassuring smile. Lucy nodded and interlocked her pinky with Luna's. Promise. They let go of each other. Lucy's hand found its way into Luna's, and they walked. They were going to make it out. Alicia had managed her way into a room, her heart racing as she was narrowly escaped death. Who were these people? She barricaded the door with a chain and looked around the room, desperate to find a way to safety. To no avail. She had to make a way out then. She heard a woman's blood-curdling scream echo through the basement, causing her ears to ring. She recognized the voice. But it couldn't be Lisa. Why her? Alicia's eyes widened at the realization set in her mind. These people were sick. She ripped a pipe out of the wall and pushed the chair out of the way. She exited the room with a new goal in her mind. That's where we leave off. You don't get to know what she does with that pipe. We don't know if they'd ever come out, because I'm never going to read this again. This is just called I'm a Dog? Dang, it's 31 pages long. That's a lot of pages. Oh my god! There's so many chapters, and it's actually, like, really long. Good lord. Anyways, there's 24 minutes until I'm supposed to be done with my stream. After this, we're going to do GeoGuessr. I'm going to get the link for the GeoGuessr stream for you guys. Let me take a look. Go to my channel. Let me go to live. Here's the GeoGuessr one. Open a new tab. Good morning, sheep. Good morning, Poison Hootie. Welcome into you. How have you been? 53 minutes. I'm looking forward to it. Not gonna do very well, but it's gonna be fun anyways. Alright. Here's gonna be the link to the new stream after. Also, I forgot to change settings in a few of my streams. Uh-oh. Alright. Maybe I can do that now. Maybe I can change my settings now that I remember. Better late than never. Better now than some other time so I don't forget again. Let's see. I'm gonna make a novel and title it Welcome to Brazil. I feel like that'd be really fitting for you, Gwen. I feel like that'd be really fitting. Alright. Go to live. I need to change the setting for this stream. Oops. Gotta press one of the buttons I needed last night. Save. And now we need to fix the GeoGuessr stream. Oopsie. It's back to being public. That's good. That's what I want it to be. Forgot to press one button here. There we go. Save! Now we're all set up for the next stream. By setup, I mean not actually set up. I just mean my stream is ready. Alright. Don't need this tab anymore. Oh, dang. I'm not first? Third. Alright. I didn't even type in. I'm so dumb. Third. Also, though, I wanted to say, I was gonna look at something real quick. We're at 2,319 subscribers. How? Why? Why are you here? Do you really think it's worth it? I don't know. I appreciate you all being here, though. It's nice meeting so many new people. Let's see. Did you see my boo over there? I did! It was super scary. It scared me so bad. It scared me so much. Anyways, we have 30 minutes left, and it's hard to find something that's like middle length, not too short, not too long. So we're gonna hang out and talk until the end of the stream. I'm just gonna talk for the rest. Just hang out and chat a little. Anyways, today's Thursday. It's already almost Friday. It went by so fast. Again, this week I'll plan on taking a break on Saturday. That'll be the new normal. But I also might be taking a break on the 16th and 17th. 16th and 17th. So we'll have one stream after. 16th and 17th might be a little bit of a break. I'll come back on 18th. And that is the day that we open memberships. Which is super cool. Super duper cool. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm super excited. I'm very happy we can do that kind of thing now. Let's see. We're here because of you. We love you. I love you guys too. It makes me happy. Let's see. More and more people discover the cutie pie you are. I was about to say I don't know how, but I know it's the ads. I know it's the ads that Nexus gave me. I've been listening to the stream while playing Minecraft since I have those Minecraft urges. Decided to install 150 mods. Yeah, I heard you talk about that. Hopefully your game's crashing a little less. Ooh, I came in just in time for the talk stream. Yeah! Welcome in, P. Hickory. Great having you back as always. How have you been? Welcome to the stream. We're gonna be streaming for another about 27 minutes. I'll take a 30-minute break, get myself some breakfast, take care of a few things, get the stream ready. Then we're gonna play GeoGuessr. And I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be fun. It is. I never do well in GeoGuessr, but it's still really fun to do. And again, I did accidentally pay for a whole year of it, so you might as well get our money's worth. And I don't think that's very much of a bad thing when the game is fun, and I find it fun, so I think we're good. Let's see. Where are your ads playing? Okay, so I have a short on YouTube, and they turned that into an ad, so it's getting shown to a ton more people, and people are coming from there. People are coming from one of my shorts here on YouTube, and I love her the most. Well, let's say it's equal. And Shu Cod, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. How have you been? Pleasure having you in my stream. Welcome. We were reading stories, but it's kind of hard to find one that I can read in 30 minutes that's not too short and not too long. So we're gonna hang out and chat for the rest of the stream. I did have fun, though. I had no clue what I was supposed to be reading today. I was supposed to think about it this week, but if I'm being completely honest, I forgot. And finding something like to read is really hard. If look the obvious, books is usually a no. unfortunately. Let's see. And hello? And it's okay. We all have our moments. Yeah. And hello, though. Welcome in. Thanks for following and liking, by the way. I appreciate that a ton. If you guys follow me here on Annie Live, you get notified every time I go live there. So I do really appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see. I just tested with Ragnarika cards. They're great, but man, does it feel bad to play B-Trooper as much as I like them. So I opted to play Naturia Ragnarika instead. Interesting. Gotcha, gotcha. Hopefully that's treating you well. As a writer, how many pages of words do you like to read in a day? 0. Also, I'm not a writer. I like to read 0 pages of words in a day. Thank you for the heart shoe as well. I appreciate that. It's going to help me out a ton. Everything I earn, whether it be through gifts on Annie Live or tips on Stream Elements, which is in the link below if you're on YouTube, goes towards helping me live longer so I can buy my essentials, right? So I can live longer, like groceries, place to live, that kind of thing. As well as I put some away. Oh, shoo! Thank you for the pen lights as well. I put some away to upgrade my stream. I have some stream budget. But as much as possible, I put as much of that money into savings because I have to move in December. And I might be in a position where I might not be able to stream anymore depending on how much money I make and what things I might have to cut for my expenses. Like internet, that kind of thing. We'll have to see. But I'll do my best. Thank you again for all the pen lights. I do really appreciate that, Shu. Thank you a ton. It will help me out a lot. I'm genuinely very thankful. Let's see. You're wrong. The others haven't confessed their feelings to you, but I did. Well, we'll still call it equal. Anytime. Thank you again. Thank you a ton. Let's see. I stumbled across you once. I'm searching the news supports for Blue Eyes in OCG. Ah, I see. That's how you found me. Interesting. A lot of people found me through my Master Duel streams. So that sounds super surprising. Damn, that sucks. Yeah, but we'll make the best of it. We'll do our best. We'll see what we can do about it. And Miyomi Chiroro, thank you for following as well. I do appreciate that too. Thank you. Thank you a ton. Alright. Yawn. Yawn again. Good lord. I was a little tired this morning. I did wake up this morning a little later than I usually do. But that's alright. I did have to start my stream a little later than usual too. But that's alright. It'll be alright. DSKR. Like, I went to bed again at like a little after 7. Like between 7 and 8, I think. Something like that. I'm just still so tired. Which I guess makes sense. It's kind of the point. Yeah, again. I'm gonna get another sip of water. All that reading, I didn't drink anything. You weren't even playing MD yet when I discovered you. I guess you were extra lucky. Wow. Let's see. I did at 2. Lol, you're lucky. Oh no, I see. I am lucky. I still woke up tired, but I am lucky I got that amount of rest. Alright. Ow. Oh. Alright. It is a little sad to realize that I'll only be streaming like... It's gonna be like a pattern back and forth, right? I'll be streaming tomorrow on Friday, break on Saturday, back on Sunday, and then another 2-day break. But I need those 2 days because... Once I come back from the break, I'll be having my own room, right? I get my room during those 2 days. And I need time to move all my stuff, prepare everything. I want an extra day off so I can sleep in on the bed that I'm gonna get. But there's only not 2 streams. There's 4 streams total after this, right? Or 5 because there's today's GeoGuessr as well. There's 5 streams left until a big break. It sounds so sad. I'm gonna miss you guys. This is not even here yet. Sacrificed over 100 spotted lantern flies for the cult leader. They were eating my basil tree, so it was a bonus. Well, there is no cult, so there's no need for sacrifice. But I'm glad that you did get rid of them. That does make me happy. I'm glad they're no longer bothering your plants. That's good. I love your voice. Thank you, Saki Tico. I appreciate that. Super nice of you. Thank you a ton. Take your time, Esila. Rest well and eat some burgers. Maybe I'll have a burger. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner during those days. We'll have to see. Finally got the room. Yippee! Yeah, but not yet. Not yet. We have to wait until my little break. The long stream for membership will hopefully make up for the previous sheep deprivation. Yeah, hopefully. Again, I do plan on streaming for 8 hours. We'll try to plan out a few things to do. I definitely want to do viewer duels though, if I can. And by if I can, I don't know what's gonna like stop me. I guess you do never know. Let's see. That's fine. We'll wait for you. I appreciate that. I do appreciate that too. I'll be waiting to see you guys again. Please sing a song or two on the celebration stream, please. No, I'm gonna have to say no to that one. I'd rather that celebration stream stay up and safe and not have any problems with it. So no singing. Order Burger King, Whopper the best. There's no Burger King where I live. I live in the middle of nowhere. We don't have restaurants. We don't have anything. Maybe if I could, but still no. And even if I did have the choice between Burger King and like normal meals I have at my house, I'd probably still pick the meals I have at my house. Or whatever I could find at the grocery store. Burger King makes my stomach hurt. Oh, that's sad? Yeah, it's really sad. I might live in civilization when I have to move in December. But what if I can only afford to live in the middle of nowhere? What if I have to downgrade to a place in the middle of nowhere that has bad internet too? What if I just can't stream no matter what? I'm worried about a lot of things. I gotta go for now though. Adios. I can't read the rest. I don't know Spanish. Thank you for stopping by. It's nice having you here. It's nice meeting you. Hopefully I'll see you some other time. Thank you for the support too. I really appreciate it. Let's see. But I heard Burger King has a delicacy known as foot lettuce. I haven't heard that in a while. The worst. Ew. Bye for now. It is what it says. I see. Gotcha. Alright. Maybe I'll learn. Let's use ST stream on... Or just stream on 160p? I thought we were talking about like Utao for a second. Like Utao USTs. Like we're making an Utao cover. But I don't think that'd be very good. I don't think anyone would like that. I would instantly become number worst streamer in Nexus if I did that, I think. I don't think people would want to watch that. My stream is already low quality enough. We'd miss you. I'd miss you too. Thanks for the $5 jukebox. I appreciate that. I'm gonna take a look to see if you have a message too. Thanks for reading some stories for us. Thank you for the company. They were not very good stories, but I find it like if I read something that's written well, there's the risk of like, okay, I read this well-written thing, but also that I don't like that story that was really boring. If I read things that are bad, I can at least be like, hey, that was partially entertaining because that was really bad. Even it was hard to read because there's no commas and the sentence were like 500 words and there's no paragraphs. It's just one big block of text. I think that it's fun in its own way. But thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the tip too. Thank you a ton. It's gonna help me out a lot. I'll miss you too. I'll miss you too. But you still gotta sing sometime between moving in the room and moving out. I needed to hear you sing. I've been longing for that so long. I want to sing too. I haven't sung in so long. It's not fair. I want to sing. I'm happy I'll be able to sing again in my room. Finally. Peace. Let's see, your streams have a nice quality. What do you mean? I feel like the quality is okay, but I'm a low quality streamer. So my quality brings the stream's quality down. I think that's what it is. Let's see. Hey, your streams are good. They're not low quality. I appreciate that, Soggy. Thank you. She's a perfectionist and too harsh on herself. What? Don't say that. It's fine. And MDA, thank you for the kiss too. I appreciate that. And Azuri, welcome into you as well. How have you been? Pleasure having you here. Pleasure having you here. Anyways, I don't think I'm too harsh on myself. I think you guys are just too nice. Maybe your standards are a little too low. But I do appreciate it though. Thank you. I want to do my best to be better at streaming, but Nexus needs to give me more homework. Need more homework, please. Make me do more homework, even if I'm already busy. That's what I want. Alright. The entire time I've been wrapped in a blanket too. It's so comfy. I'm a little warmer than I have been, so I have the blanket on. Let's see. Not at all, love. If you weren't who you are, I wouldn't be here. My standards are definitely not low. Okay, if you say so, Because you're nice to us, we love you. Well, I love you guys too. You guys are also really nice to me. You are good at streaming. Thank you, Sora. But I wish I could be better. I wish I could be better at streaming. I think that'd be really cool if I was a better streamer. Sure, I could definitely be worse. But I'm certainly maybe not good. I'd say maybe I'm almost okay. Gives her a digital hug. Well, thank you. I give you a hug back. You love your streams. They aren't low quality. If you say so, Tori. But I have my own personal criticisms, and I want to get better myself. I want to get better because it'll make my streams better. I want to get better because it'll maybe make you guys happier. I want to do better because it'll please me too. Like, I'll be satisfied if I get better. I think there's nothing wrong with making improvements. You have to be harsh on yourself to make those improvements, because you need to be aware, like, yeah, there's problems here. So you need to be aware of those problems, then figure out a way to fix them, and then fix them. Which unfortunately takes time sometimes, unfortunately. Let's see. The first trait of a streamer is their yapping skills, and you're good at that. Am I? Some people have said that before, and I appreciate that. At least I have something. For example, what would you want to fix? A lot of my criticisms are like kind of personal, I guess. It's just me things. I should fix myself as a person to make my streams better. Well, I don't know. Ask a bigger VTuber, I guess. You think I'm gonna talk to other VTubers? That's scary. I don't even talk to other members of Nexus. That's too scary for me. It'll make my hands really sweaty, and it'll make my heart hurt. And it'll maybe give me a headache too. It'll scare me a lot, XD. It'll be too scary. Alright, looking at the time, there's 7 minutes left. It went by too fast. Time goes by too fast. I had too good of a time. You guys? I'm gonna have to ask you guys to stop being fun to talk to. You guys need to start being boring, so that it can feel like we spend longer time with each other. That's what I must request of you guys. Maybe that's something you can improve on, maybe. I knew it. It's in your head, love. Trust me, you're perfectly fine as you are. Well, there's no such thing as perfect within this context, I don't believe. There's always improvements to be made. There's nothing wrong with trying to make improvements. Talking to other people? I think that's a thing I need to go to therapy for. I think it's that kind of problem. She thinks she is Ryan Gosling. Me? I don't know who Ryan Gosling even is. We love you for who you are. Thank you, Atori. It's very nice of you. I love you guys too. Quest declined. It's good to be critical and wanting to constantly improve, but sometimes it gets to a point where expectations get too high and it feels like nothing despite how good the work isn't enough. Duly noted and ignored. Alright. Ryan Gosling drives? I don't drive. That's an improvement I can make. I can learn how to drive. Yeah. That's true. That's the guy who is similar to Ryan Reynolds? Why are they similar? And who is Ryan Reynolds? I know these people's names, but I don't know who they are. She is scared of talking to people, yes. I'm already boring, so I don't think I can do that quest. I don't think you're boring. I don't think you're boring. I don't think so. I think you guys are very fun to talk to and hang out with. You guys make me very happy to spend my time with. Alright. Stretch my back out a little. Kinda hurts. Ryan is Deadpool in the movies. Okay. Ryan Reynolds or Gosling? Which one? And I know you disagree with me on this, but you do have a severe case of self-hatred. I know the type. And I'm also like that. I see. Altner saying Reynolds? Okay, well... How is Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling similar? What is their similarity? Since that was the first thing that you guys brought up, I guess. What is the similarity? Fun fact, Ryan Gosling is a stage name for Ryan Gosling. Interesting. Those are the same names, I think. Ryan Gosling is Ken, and he'll always be a 10. Okay, Ryan Gosling is the Barbie movie one. Interesting. The face and beard? Interesting. Your name is Ryan as similarity. I guess it is a similarity. Yeah, they're both Ryan. Oh, can someone confirm this? Did someone find celebrity number 6? Was it number 6? I don't remember the number. It was something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I think I heard something recently that they found the person. Does anyone know anything about that? They're both actors. That's true. They're both blonde. I didn't know that. Yep. So it did happen? That's crazy. That's pretty cool, I guess. That's pretty neat. Alright. 4 more minutes left. 4 more minutes. It's almost time to go. then I'm gonna get ready. We're gonna play GeoGuessr. And if you want to hang out there, an easy way to find that stream, I have it pinned in the link. I have the link pinned, good lord, to the top of the chat. And until you can get to therapy for that self-hate, I'll just have to outlove it all. Dang, I guess so. Sheep behind the wheel. Sheep behind the wheel? You should not put me behind the wheel. I'm not gonna be a good driver. What's Celebrity 6? New Yu-Gi-Oh! Shadow Duelist. Okay, I'll hang out. I appreciate that. So there is like a piece of fabric that has various popular celebrities from like the early 2000s on it. And every celebrity was identified except the one that's celebrity number 6. And no one knew who it was, but they found it recently, apparently. Within the past few days, I think I heard something like that. No clue who it's supposed to be still, but apparently they found it. What's your favorite food? Spaghetti with meat sauce. That's my favorite food. It's not the same as spaghetti with marinara. I like meat sauce. No meatballs, though. It's different. Remember, the Ryan Gosling trilogy begins in Barbie, then in Drive, and then Blade Runner 2049. I only know about Barbie. I don't know the other things. I'm not a movie watcher. Italian classic? I'm a pretty big fan of spaghetti. I also like stroopwafel. They're pretty good. They're just so expensive. They're like $7 for a box of like 5. It's like over $1 per waffle. It's not fair. So I never have them. I googled it and apparently 6 is Letitia Sarda. Interesting. I don't know who that is. And Blade Runner is good. Interesting. I'm not a big movie watcher personally. I don't watch a whole lot of movies or shows. I don't consume a lot of media. Alright. But who is Letitia Sarda? Let me take a look at this. I can see the resemblance. I can see it. And there's automatically pictures at the top of the result for celebrity number 6. Interesting. That is the picture that they used. They found it. Nice. That's pretty cool. We have to send her a blue cheese. A blue cheese? Don't make me eat mold. No. Do you like spaghetti western too? What's spaghetti western? What is that? I consume a lot of VTubers media, I see. Even now, I don't consume a lot of VTubers. I used to watch VTubers a bit more than I do now, but not so much anymore. I don't really do anything nowadays. I just looked back at your past streams with live previews, and damn, the really old chat overlay. Already a bit nostalgic, yeah! It's already been a while since then, crazy. Alright, there's 1 minute left. I need to start saying goodbye now. Alright, thank you all for stopping by today. Thanks for the company. Thank you for the support today. Welcome in everybody who's new. Nice meeting you. And thank you for the kiss, MDA. Mwah, thank you. Alright, I'm gonna see you guys in a few minutes, about 30. I'm gonna stop this stream here. We're gonna play GeoGuessr. If you want to watch me embarrass myself and make myself look even more stupid than I already am. Or if you want to tell me where like specific cities are when I figure out which city I'm in, you can hang out over there in about 30 minutes. I'll be looking forward to it. GeoGuessr is actually quite fun. But thank you again for the company and the support. Looking forward to whenever I next may see you, whether it be next stream or tomorrow or next week or next month. Maybe never again. If I never see you again, I was happy to see you today. That's what makes me happy. Thank you for your company today. Bye-bye. Bye, Cool Gengar. Have a good one. Alright, time to go now to YouTube. Mwah. To AnyLive, mwah, to the other place, mwah, to anywhere else that might exist that I don't know about, mwah. I love you, see you later. I love you too, see you later. I'll be looking forward to it. Alright. Sam, WTF, don't say that, lol. See you soon, see you soon, MDK, or MDA, sorry. We love you, I love you too. Kiss emoji, mwah, there you go. I'll be here waiting for your next stream as usual, mwah, mwah. I'll be looking forward to it then. See you, Jukebox, have a good one. This is Stream Essie, I love you, see you soon, mwah, thank you for the company. I love you too, see you soon, mwah. See you later, bye Forte, see you later. Alright, I missed a story stream, it's okay, there's always the VOD Alco. They're not very good stories either way. Mwah, mwah, there you go, Sora. Alright, time to go now. Take care until next time. I'll see you soon. Bye, everyone.